Let me go pull up a tab for the homie.
Wait for the bot to say so.
Wait for the bot.
Yeah, because Stream Elements is just like, Max the Grim Reaper is live. There it is.
That is, let's see. Max the Grim Reaper, where are you? Oh, there it is. Where is it? There. This is my
Please
favorite
tell me
thing
I
ever.
changed the
Is
stream title.
oh, and
swear
what
I
is this I see? Hold on. Oh, let's do a little bit of that.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna do
It's
that.
been 8 months,
It's been
dude.
the best 8 months.
Dude, like, I remember when I first met you,
Yeah.
and like you had like 30 followers, and just
I met
starting
you
off
the
on
night
Twitch.
that I became affiliate.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
September
awesome.
9th was the day that I met you. That day I became an affiliate.
That glorious, glorious day.
Yeah.
I remember you had like 99 followers. He's like, Max only needs one more. You were like, please don't follow me.
Do you remember
That was my
why
favorite
I
thing.
told you not to do that?
No.
Because at the time I had follower goals, which I'm never doing that again. I had a follower goal that I would play a game that I hated on stream if I hit 100 followers before the end of the year. And then I was just like, and then I never did it.
So you want a goal. So you want a goal you want to hit a goal, but you don't want to hit a goal.
Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, because I never thought it would actually happen. So, and then let alone, that quickly. And then here we are.
You've grown so
quickly.
much. I mean,
yeah.
260. Oh, we need one more.
Yeah, I'm gonna mod the
Yeah.
next person that joins my channel.
Yeah, can I just
why
bully?
not?
Can I just bully somebody into following you so we can get 269? Come on.
That's
Come
gonna be the
on.
greatest number.
Come
Welcome
on.
in,
Welcome
James.
in, Monday Night James. Monday Night James, what a great name. If I was gonna be anything, I'd be Wednesday Afternoon Alley.
No. That would be great.
I feel like that's where I shine.
Specifically on a Wednesday afternoon.
A Wednesday afternoon, yeah. Not the night, not the morning. Just like a nice, like between like 12:30 and 2 p.m.
Oh, that's the best time. Like, yeah.
Right? And Wednesday, it's hump day. Mike. And one day out of the year, it's Ash Wednesday. And that's the day where I become
What day
alive.
is that? Like, what's the
Wednesday.
date?
Oh.
Like the date. God damn it, Allie.
Oh, I don't know. I don't. It just passed
Oh.
about a month or two ago. It was kind of recent, but I remember working at the grocery store when I was a teenager,
Mhm.
and these fucking people came in with fucking schmutz on their face,
Mhm.
and I told them you got schmutz on their face, and then they told me that it was Ash Wednesday, and I just thought that was some sort of cult. Like
As you
like,
should.
I didn't understand.
Speaking of like grocery stores and stuff, when I found out that when I told you that there was an S-Mart near my house, you freaked out.
I did. I did.
And I showed you a picture of it.
I did.
actually went
I
to
freaked
that,
out.
I actually go to that grocery store like regularly.
If I come up by you, then I'm going to podcast hug. Hold
Do
on.
you have your Chuck?
Yeah.
We
think we
actually
gotta
we should
get on
probably do
video.
that. We should probably do it when we actually
Yes.
show our faces.
Yeah. We'll wait till we'll show our faces.
Yeah, we'll wait.
They're not ready for us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
and-
be like, take me to the S-Mart.
Yeah. And also that when we were watching it last night, in Army of Darkness, that scene where he goes into the cave. I told you I've been to that cave.
Same cave?
Yeah,
Like
that
right
same
in the
cave.
beginning?
Yeah, no, at the end when he goes into the car and that when he walks in,
Oh,
when he does like the deep sleep
Oh.
thing.
the deep
I've been
sleep.
to that cave. And I
Gotcha.
remember that wall where the dynamite was, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh my god, I've touched that wall before."
Bruce Campbell might have touched this wall, so I will touch the wall.
I
It'll
didn't
be
know.
like
I didn't know that Evil Dead took place there, but yeah.
It's like the with that holy wall in like Jerusalem or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's like our holy wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
The wall of Bruce.
The wall of Bruce.
We were, Yus and I were like, oh, what ending do you think we're gonna get? And I was like, we're probably getting the. So there's another ending to that, which is have you seen it before?
No.
So the other ending to Army of Darkness is he drinks the stuff and then, he. Does he drink the stuff? Oh my god, it's been a while. But the other ending is he's back. He gets back, and he's working in Esmar, and a Deadite comes. He's just like, whatever. He says, eat shit or whatever, then blows the Deadite, and then that's it. But that's like the common ending, and the rare ending is the one that we saw.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, yes. I've touched that wall before. That's what she said. Also, hi, Axel.
Hi, Axel.
And
hi,
Kelsey.
Good to see you, friends.
What's the I'm looking. I am, but I have one question.
Yeah.
First of all, I love the M&M.
Yeah.
The M&M just made me laugh. What is the money with? Oh, the expensive
high price
sand.
No, it's high price
cardboard. Cardboard.
It's a cardboard box with dollar signs over it.
That made me fucking spew.
Actually, in the collage program that I've done, you can only have like 20 images on a thing like before it like gets filled up. So I've had to take the starting soon screen, finish it in one collage thing, and then take it to a different one and continue adding to it. I'm gonna have like 10 of them.
It's so great. I absolutely love it. It's the best thing in the world. I also love that I'm on your shoulder.
Yeah. I didn't know. I wanted you to be there, but I wasn't sure how else to keep you there. So, welcome in, Trinity. I'm gonna show our faces now. Are you cool with that?
I'm cool. I'm all lip glossed up.
Cool. Welcome back to Scary for Her Pleasure, where Scary cut her arm off with a shotgun and replaced it with a chainsaw. I'm Max. I had such a rough time trying to say that the other day. I could not stop laughing.
I love it.
And even then I just stuttered.
I can't say anything straight. Like, I always stutter. And I just go, bruh, bruh, and then I'm like, all right, we start over again.
Same. God damn it.
We have a action to do.
Yes, we do.
Are you ready?
Who redeemed it?
It was James.
James, this one's for you. We have an action to do is the funniest thing to say. I just realized that.
I guess I could have said a redeem.
No, don't ever change what you just said. Like, it's perfect.
Max, I haven't stopped thinking about something. It's not even horror related, but the fucking not Ninja Turtles, Pizza Power. What are they called? Power Ranger. The Power Ranger.
Pizza Power. That's what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles say.
Well, they're Teenage Mutant Pizza Turtles. That's what I'm calling. I didn't.
You are from New York, so.
I am from. Are they from New York?
Yeah, they literally. That's pretty much where they're from. Yeah.
Pretty much my people.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know. But you sent me a picture of like their face, and you said something like they have teeth or something. You're like, look at this. They have. I don't remember what you're like. The original helmets had this, or the helmets had this.
The original helmets had mouth molds.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, because
I'm not a fan of mouth molding.
Yeah, because it's just like, what the hell? Because you don't even like notice it the first time around. They're just like, oh yeah, because like they're just like helmets. And then like when someone like actually points it out, it's just like, well, fuck shit, dude. Like, what the hell?
What the fuck? Oh god, mouth moles. Oh god.
No, because like
Nightmare fuel.
I counted, and there's 49 Super Sentais. 10 of them have mouth molds.
Why did the other ones get moldy mouths?
I don't know.
Down with the
Moldy
mold.
mouth.
The moldy mouth. Fucking Super Sentai, Super Saiyan, pizza power. Oh, what a great start.
This is I want all podcasts to start this way.
With moldy mouths. We speaking of moldy mouths and moldy probably everything, you, my friend, did some work the last couple weeks. What you did with movies, and you watched Evil Dead's, you watched Terrifiers, and I would love to talk about all those with you.
Yeah.
Where would you like to start?
So you sent me an article, and I was reading that, and one of the points that I agreed with the most, especially after last night,
and we're talking about Evil Dead Rise, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
No
spoilers. There are no spoilers, though. It's a pretty new movie. Do you think? Or should we
there's
put
a spoiler warning.
We should put maybe a spoiler
so.
warning. Okay, do we have one?
Yeah, there's one in the title.
Also?
Yeah.
Also, who was around here? Trinity or Max? Can you
Melly, can I get you to?
Can you post?
Can I get you to post? Pin that.
Pin that. Yeah.
Thank you, Melly or Trinity.
Yeah.
Or something.
I'm down with spoilers as long as it's pinned.
Yeah.
Okay. So if anyone hasn't seen Evil Dead Rise, we're gonna be talking about it. So if you need to lurk, or just mute, that's totally fine. We'll take off the spoiler warning when we're done with it.
Yeah. But one of the things that I agreed with in that article was it's more like a Blumhouse movie, and like, which is not to say like I think it's bad or whatever, but like I think it's a good movie. I just like, if you, again, like the article said, like if you took out the Necronomicon and took away the Evil Dead name, like it would have been just a solid movie on its own. But I think having Evil Dead and like the Necronomicon, like I don't know, I feel like it just like you have like expectations for an Evil Dead movie, you know? And
I don't have many expectations because every single Evil Dead movie, and now that you have seen every single one, you know, you can absolutely like agree or disagree with this, but there's no bad Evil Dead movie.
I agree.
Like they may be different, like Evil Dead 1 is very different than Evil Dead 2, which is very different than Army of Darkness. But they're all good movies.
So good.
Evil Dead. So when Evil Dead Rise came out, I'm like, I wasn't worried. I'm like, this is. I know that Sam Raimi did not direct it, but he did not direct the 2013 remake either. That was by Fede Alvarez. And in my opinion, the 2013 remake is really good.
Yeah.
It has that Evil Dead charm, which Evil Dead Rise did not have. So when I walked into Evil Dead Rise, you know, it starts at the end. So it starts at the end, and unfortunately, I felt that entire beginning scene was ruined by the commercials.
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't watch most of the commercials when I
have to watch the Red Band trailer. I have to watch the trailer when it comes out. You know, I stayed away from it after it. But I only saw that Red Band trailer, and that Red Band trailer is pretty much it showed the whole beginning. It showed the scalping, it showed the person holding the scalp, it showed the person floating on the water, like it showed like all of that. So I was like, oh, and then when it was just like Evil Dead, like after that, I was like, oh, cheesy. I'm like, oh, it's fine.
I gotta say, that's probably one of my favorite title cards, though. Like when the girl's like rising out of the water, and then like the title card comes up in the background. I got like shivers in the theater when I saw that.
I actually just bought. I have a bunch of posters, not these ones in the back, but
Mhm.
I have a bunch of posters all around my house from my friend Chris Butler. Chris Butler designs on Etsy, and he makes like thousands of posters. And he actually just came out with a minimalist Evil Dead Rise one,
Mhm.
and it's her. It's like a black and red one, and it's her floating over the water with just Evil Dead, and it's very minimalist and it's beautiful.
Mhm.
I did like that scene too. I thought that was very cool. And at the beginning, you don't know that that's the end of the movie too. So for me, like when I saw that right at the beginning, I was like, oh, I don't know why it opened up like totally cheesy, but I should have expected that because like 2013 opened up with kind of like a scene similar to that with the basement where, she's like, "Why are you doing this to me,
Oh
Daddy?"
yes, yes,
And
yes.
he's just, "I'll rip your soul out, Daddy."
Yeah.
Like I did your
Oh
whore.
yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
It's been so long since
my
I've seen the 2013 movie that I'm just like,
mhm.
what?
I rewatched it
Mhm.
before I watched Evil Dead. I tried to watch as much as I could before seeing Rise. Even though I've seen the movies multiple times, you forget. You really do.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things in Evil Dead Dead by Dawn when we watched it last night that I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I totally forgot about this, or I totally forgot about that line, or
Mhm.
um, so it's always a good rewatch.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that the point that you made about it feeling like a Blumhouse film
Mhm.
is absolutely true. Now, I am not the biggest fan of Blumhouse. That does not mean he doesn't have movies that I've liked.
Mhm.
I like a lot of his movies. But majority I don't. And only for the reason of I feel like, and this is not insulting to anyone who likes Blumhouse, like I totally get it. Um, I need a little bit more substance when it comes to my horror. And Blumhouse will think of he'll wake up one morning. I swear he'll wake up one morning and be like, an evil Jack in the Box movie, puts it out, simple,
Mhm.
makes millions of billions of bajillions of dollars because all the young kids will go to see it and they think that things like The Nun are scary.
Mhm.
They think that things like that are scary, or they're just so simple. They're
Yeah.
so simple, and I feel like those movies, a lot of them, are put out for people who text while watching a movie.
Yeah.
Like it does, you know what I mean? Like if you watch a movie like an A24 movie, like Hereditary,
Mhm.
which is an incredible
Such a
horror
good
film.
movie.
It has everything that I want in that movie. It
Yeah.
is incredible. But I can tell you that I bet you that the person who's like, you know what my favorite movie is? The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. That person will not like Hereditary because you have to look, you have to think. You can't be on your phone
Mhm.
and just watch and diddle and watch this fucking movie. You can't.
Mhm.
And like those are the kind of movies like Hereditary, Midsommar, like those are the kind of like new movies I'm talking that I really like. 80s horror is by far, for me personally, the best. But I can't expect somebody like a teenager to like 80s horror either.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Evil Dead Rise, I feel like it ticks the box of having not like simple-ish
Mhm.
visuals, lots of blood, lots of gore, which I'm totally down with. I loved the cheese
Yeah. That
grater
scene
was
was great.
fucking disgusting. I loved that. The person like spitting up the eyeball to
Yeah.
spit into the other person's mouth, like all that's totally good.
Was that an
But
Evil Dead 2 reference?
that's an Evil Dead Rise reference. They did that in Evil Dead Rise. They like spit up.
But didn't that also happen in Evil Dead 2?
So yeah, in Evil Dead 2, yeah, the girl got Bobby Joe got into
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Um, I think that I personally wasn't a fan of there was like priests. There used to be an old so Evil Dead Rise. Now we're going to. There used to be the whole thing takes place in an apartment building,
Yeah.
and that apartment building used to be a bank,
Mhm.
and there was some voodoo shit. There was some priest stuff going on, and there were good priests doing bad things.
Mhm.
And then they, hid the Necronomicon like under the thing in the rubble, fine, okay, priest, whatever,
Yeah.
apartment building, whatever. I personally was not a fan of the apartment building setting.
Sure.
I would have rather it be at a camp or in the woods,
Mhm.
classic Evil Dead. But I guess we're trying to modernize this now,
Yeah.
right? So we're in this apartment building, and this girl, this woman, has a bunch of, has like, what was it, like 3 or 4 kids who,
Something
they
like that.
live
Yeah.
together. They're getting evicted or they're leaving because she's getting a divorce, and her sister comes to visit her, and her sister's pregnant and going to her older sister who lives in the apartment building for advice. You've always been the person to help me, and I need help now. Well, one of the kids got fucking nosy, right, and just went
Yeah.
down and found the Necronomicon very easily after the earthquake. There
Yeah.
was an
Probably a bit
earthquake, so it
too easily.
shifted, right? So now
Yeah.
though the rubble is kind of like you can move through it, and he wants to explore.
Mhm.
I get it. I'd probably want to explore too. I did feel as though they found the Necronomicon a little too easy,
Yeah.
but like they find it easy in Evil Dead, like it's just sitting
Sure.
right there.
Sure.
But the fact that it's old cabin in the woods, old books, old this, like
Mhm.
it makes more sense to me. I also, every time I see the book, I can't help but I go Mo, like from Hocus Pocus.
Gotcha.
So like I was like, okay, fine, you read from the book, whatever. And the mother, happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and got absolutely fucked. She got rocked in the elevator, and,
Yeah.
and she got possessed in the elevator. And then after that, the actress who played the mother was incredible.
Oh yeah, I love her.
Absolutely incredible. But the entire movie after that was about the kids, right, trying to survive with the sister, and now the mom is, being possessed. They lock the doors. I think that the movie suffered a little bit from having a cast that was young, like
Mm.
kid young,
Mhm.
because like let's say like an Evil Dead. Let's talk about Evil Dead 2013.
Mhm.
The cast were, let's just say, young adults, 20, 30-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
So you can fuck this. I shouldn't say fuck the shit out of them. You can. That's not what I meant.
Not.
You can torture them. You can shoot nails in their face.
Sure.
You can chop off their arms. You can make them suffer for so long,
Yeah.
right? And that's, again, like about Evil Dead, is a lot of it is suffering.
Mhm.
When you have a cast that is predominantly children,
Mhm.
you can't really do all of that. So yes, did the children, most of them, die? Absolutely. Did they die horrible deaths? Not really. So there was the one blonde son.
Yeah.
He just got like stabbed, and
Yeah.
he's like, I'm sorry, and then dies. And then obviously, like after that, you get possessed and become a deadite, whatever.
Mhm.
The sister with the short hair got pretty fucked, but
Yeah.
she was older. Like I felt like she was like the older one of the siblings, because you had the tiny sister,
Yeah.
then you had the son, and then you have the daughter. And the son, the daughter, the older ones, I don't know their ages,
Sure.
but it seemed like the daughter was maybe the oldest.
Mhm.
She had a cool scene with her. She swallows the glass, just throw it. She gets scratched, right?
Yeah.
On her face, and then that's how she gets possessed. She's like, my tummy hurts, I'm gonna have to kill all the bugs, and then she swallows the glass. You see the glass go through.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But this movie did not have a lick of the charm that any of the Evil Deads have.
I agree.
And I didn't expect Bruce. I did not at all. So like that didn't bother me too much, because I didn't expect it. I thought maybe there would be like, like a Campbell's soup can somewhere, a little
Sure.
little something, but we didn't get any. That's totally fine. But the charm was missing, and I didn't like that. There was no humor in it, which it's fine, but even like that cheesy Evil Dead humor, there was no kind of like in the 2013 remake when the guy was making the defibrillator to bring Mia back to life.
Mhm.
It was like an Evil Dead 2, and it was like whoop whoop. The camera would be whoop 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 whoop, like that's like Evil Dead camera angle. They didn't do that. I mean, they did do the Evil Dead when she was the thing was coming into the building. You know, that was the only,
And at the
swish kind of
beginning,
thing that we had at the beginning. Exactly,
I
exactly.
kind of like the
Um,
beginning transition from like the camera like moving the way that it does into like a drone, because I think that's kind of like what
yeah,
an updated version of that would be.
right, and that's kind of like that's kind of like what we're kind of all getting at, right? The
Mm-hmm.
point is that this is an updated version
Mm-hmm.
for an updated audience. This movie did not cater to Evil Dead fans
Mm-hmm.
at all. The only thing that I can say that it really did was like they had that scene where they're all like, Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn. And if
Mm-hmm.
you didn't see Evil Dead 2, you wouldn't know that the Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn, that's an Evil Dead 2 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there wasn't, besides that, I mean, there wasn't really either. There wasn't really any Evil Dead in it. My husband's like the Deadites better in this movie than any other movie. He said they were really
In this
cool.
movie,
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, in Evil Dead Rise, I'm like, it's fine. They're fine.
okay.
But if you take away the Necronomicon, the movie is a possession movie.
Yeah.
It's not an Evil Dead. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
an Evil Dead. My favorite scene of Evil Dead Rise is about like I'm gonna say like what half an hour of it takes place looking through a peephole.
Yeah.
Just like going back and forth through the peephole, and they look through the peephole, and the mom's out there just fucking wrecking everyone in the hallway.
Yeah.
And she takes the kid and she rips his arms off and throws him. Best scene in the movie.
Oh, is that what she did?
And then every time she's in the mom's in the peephole, like the kid, you could see the kid with the no arms.
Oh
just
yeah.
chilling.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the best. That was the best part of the movie, for sure.
Yeah. I wish they kind of did a little bit more with the Necronomicon. You know?
Yeah.
Because like after
They
seeing,
didn't show it that much. They didn't show the
True.
inside. There wasn't
Yeah.
no like bury this book, don't read it. There was no like warning kind of thing.
Yeah, I like the design of it though. The little like teeth on the edge, like I thought that was a good touch.
Yes. Yes, I did like the teeth on the edge. Yeah. I thought that was very cool.
But like after seeing that scene from Army of Darkness where there's the like 3 Necronomicons, I love that scene. That scene's great.
I love it.
I wish it kind of did
sucked
something
into
like
the
that.
world.
You know, where like it like talks to you or something, you know.
I feel like doesn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't it kind of like does it whisper, like does it entice at all?
So
I don't
like
remember.
in Rise,
Yeah.
it does like when he like puts the vinyl records on, it like the teeth like click together a little bit. And then like as like the record keeps like playing, it like clicks a little bit more, and then it like opens up. But I think
right, but there was no like whispers. There was
could
no
have
like
been.
Yeah.
I think I need to do like a rewatch.
I don't think there was.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely rewatch Rise when it comes out for sure.
Yeah.
With like the knowledge that like knowing that like the beginning is the end, and like just knowing what I know now.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that would be
other
cool.
Ones, for me personally.
I think that you can't have, like you were talking about the Necronomicons and Army of Darkness, and you can't. The reason why like you can't have like Necronomicons like those, and we're talking about like he opens one and Bruce Campbell opens one, and he gets sucked in, and then he rises out, climbs out of it. No one could do that but Ash. Ash is the chosen one. Ash is written in the Necronomicon as the savior. So he could do all of these things. He can survive. He can chop off his arm and not feel fucking pain in the movie. But it's only Ash.
Yeah.
So you can't have any of these like scenarios where it's like a normal person, because they would get sucked into the book like Jumanji, and they would fucking never come back because they're not the chosen one. They're not El Jefe. Oh, you haven't seen Ash vs. Evil Dead. That's his nickname in
Oh, nice. That's great.
in that movie. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. In that show, it's so good. But yeah, those the 3 Necronomicons you gotta choose.
Like something, I guess maybe not like exactly like those, but like something like the book does more, you know. like than it did, but
it did. Yeah. I actually thought the book did the most in 2013 remake.
Oh yeah,
because it had kind of like the first of all, it had the rules in it. Yeah. It had the how to get rid of the evil, which was you either got to dismember, burn, or bury alive, right? And then it also had warnings all over it. Don't read it, don't think it, don't say it.
Yeah.
And then that guy was like, I'm thinking it, I'm reading it, and I'm saying it. Like, you know? So, yeah. It had all those cool drawings. Did this movie, I know I only saw it last week and I can't remember. Did Evil Dead Rise have the thing where, I think it did, when a demon is about to like fuck somebody up and the Necronomicon opens and flips pages and stops on the page and then it'll say like, okay, it did have that.
It did, yeah.
I like that too. Yeah, that's kind of one of my favorite things with the Necronomicon is like when someone's like, oh my god, like the evil's going into them or whatever, and then the Necronomicon flips open and then the page flips to like tear like a picture of someone tearing their face off.
Yeah.
So like that demon is going to, get you to tear your face off. Like I like that. Like that's really cool to me.
Yeah. I think the 2013 is it a remake, reboot?
I call it a reimagining.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I only asked because like I think that's like if I were to like redo Evil Dead, that's somewhat what I would like want to do. I wouldn't make like Ash, but like obviously, but like that's like I like the 2013 movie a lot more than I like this one, even though I really like this one.
I like the 2013 one more too, but specifically like because it still had all of the charm that the original Evil Deads had. It even had, and I mentioned this last night when we were watching the movies, is that Ash is like the only person who's ever been possessed by a Deadite and has gotten out of it and lived. Now in Evil Dead 2013, you have Mia, and she did the same thing. And you could absolutely make Mia the next Ash.
Yeah.
This movie could have been like her years past or whatever. She could have been involved. You know what I mean? And I think it would have been pretty cool. But that 13 remake, man, a remake or reimagining, whatever you'd like to call it, was just it ticked all the boxes, and it even had a little Bruce cameo at the end.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely wonderful. I definitely like the last one better, but as far as like Rise goes, it's a good horror movie. It's but if you're an Evil Dead fan excited for an Evil Dead movie, don't be.
Yeah.
It's not an Evil Dead movie. It is a completely new movie, very Blumhousey feel. So, take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I'm really glad I got to watch Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness last night. I've been meaning to watch those movies for years. Just haven't gotten around to it. I think I like Army of Darkness a little bit more.
I was about to ask which one and why.
I think... Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants has been my new favorite thing.
Hello, Mr. Fancy.
Don't mind me. That's just been my favorite thing since I saw that movie last night. That is my entire personality for the last 12 hours. So.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
And then, like, I think I just had, like, some of the most fun watching it. Like, the, little Ash scene... like making the hand, the scene where like Bad Ash and Good Ash are like together.
I'm Bad Ash and you're Good Ash. I'm little two shoes. I'm little goody two shoes.
Yeah.
Little goody two shoes. Little goody two shoes. It's fun. It's a Bruce Campbell fucking.
Yeah.
Cold Fest.
It's good. It's such a good movie. And we were all talking about it last night, like when that bad Ash versus good Ash scene when he like pulls the like shotgun up to his mouth and he gets like a light rash.
Rash. I was like, how I mean, listen, I've never shot a gun, but I'm pretty sure that if you took a shotgun, a double barrel to my head, I'd have no head.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you like the scene about the hand with the hand and stuff, there's a really cool scene in Ash versus Evil Dead. Season 1, I believe it is the 3rd to last episode that has a hand scene. And it's really cool. And I'm excited because you like that. I'm excited to, have you see that too.
The scene in Evil Dead 2 where Ash's hand is possessed. Like right before he cuts it off, and he's like in the kitchen, and he like fucking flips himself, like when he like
fucking
flips
WWE
himself.
like fucking flips over.
Yeah, that scene's great.
So good. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, you were playing. I think it was you. You were playing a game. You or someone was playing a game, and there was like a room.
You or someone.
I don't know. It was like you were playing like a horror game, and there was like a room, and there's like microwaves, like ovens, and then like they're all like chanting something, and they're all like opening up, and they're making like a giant Evil Dead 2 reference. I forget what game it was.
You told me about. I don't think it was me, but you told me about this because I was like, oh, what? We were talking about it a couple days ago. Darn, what is the game? Because you were saying like there was like a scene that's like a big like Evil Dead reference. It was someone in Discord last night. I don't think that was me because I definitely would have recognized that.
Yeah, because someone in chat was like, "That's an Evil Dead reference," and I was like, "Oh my god, it is an Evil Dead reference."
It is. Now you know. Did you love the scene?
Oh, the teabagging scene made me die of laughter last night. If you guys were there, you know, but like I could not stop laughing at when Ash just like put his arm out to the side and starts teabagging the cabin.
It's so
it's because I wasn't expecting it, and because I wasn't expecting it, it caught me off guard, and then I was just like, just couldn't handle myself after it.
I don't know what to expect when I watch Evil Dead movies.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, all of them are so different, but still, like, good and feel like Evil Dead, except for Rise. Rise was good, just didn't feel like Evil Dead. Ash versus Evil Dead is the best of any Evil Dead because it is just, it's the charm that we all love, dial it up by 10.
I feel like...
and let's make Bruce Campbell throughout these 3 seasons. There's only 3 seasons, and let's make Bruce Campbell start from a man who is selfish, all about himself, all for one for me, and let's add characters that he finds on the way that he makes emotional bonds with, friendships with, and stuff. It's just like you get like one gangster tear in your eye at the end. Like it's so good. The only unfortunate thing is, halfway through season 3, they got the boot.
Yeah.
So they ended it, but when they ended it, it wasn't the worst ending. But it's very Army of Darkness ending, just like we got last night.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's very similar to that. So when people are like, "Oh, the ending sucks," and I'm like, did you see Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
Like I kind of like I get it. It's not the best, right? It's but considering all these shows that get canceled mid-season and they have to wrap it up, and they wrap it up really poorly. They did a great job. It's funny, and it's Sam Raimi. It's so funny.
Yeah, Sam Raimi's great. I love him. Do you think that when horror like movie series are turned into a show, do you think it's like maybe not necessarily better, but do you think it's like more enjoyable because you get more time with the characters than you do in like a 20 movie hour long like series or whatever?
I think you get all that creative freedom, right? And now you have time to build a character. You have time to build story. Not all movies turn to shows, I think are good.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoy like I know you and me like the Scream show.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that, even though like it is very like, kind of like teenage, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm into I'm into that. I'm into that.
MTV show, I think.
Yeah, I think it was an MTV show. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
They did what is it? The Exorcist show was good. The first season was really good with Gina Davis.
Mm-hmm.
That was very good. Ash vs. Evil Dead is great, but Ash vs. Evil Dead, what makes it also like so special too is that we're picking up just like 30 years after Army of Darkness happens.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the same old Bruce who was in Army of Darkness, like the same attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You have the same guy, but now you get to see where he lives. You get to see his family. You get to see more origins, and that's not something that you can do. Excuse me, in maybe not something you can do in having just like a movie or two movies. So if it's done right, it can be incredible.
Yeah.
And I think that, and when there is a show made from a movie, I get excited. I watch it. Did you watch the I Know What You Did Last Summer show?
No, but I've been meaning to.
I would suggest watching it. It's pretty good. It's teenagery, right?
Sure.
So it has that kind of Scream feel to it.
But then
like
again, so is
I
Know What You Do. But then again, so is I Know What You Did with Last Summer. So.
But I mean, like, they looked like they were like in their
that's fair.
20s.
That's
These
fair.
kids are like high school kids.
Okay.
That's
Gotcha.
kind of the difference with it. But like, there's murder, there's plot twists, things like that. I like it. I like shows like when they do a good job of making a movie, even just a concept of the movie, right? You don't need to like I Know What You Did Last Summer show isn't about the hooked killer.
Sure.
They did their own thing.
Yeah.
But it's based off of, kind of the same things happen. You hit someone, you think that person's coming after you. It's not the same killer. It's not the same. But it's the same kind of concept. And I enjoy it. I do.
That's what I enjoyed about the Scream TV show, because the first two seasons they didn't have the Ghostface mask, and then the third season, which I never got to around to, apparently had like the actual like Ghostface mask. So,
I watched it when it first came out.
Oh really?
It was a while ago, yeah. But I remember at least liking the first season of it.
I like the first two. The first two are good.
It's usually how it goes, right? And the third one's like, they ran out of ideas.
Yeah. I just didn't like the premise of the third season, from what I remember. It was like,
yeah,
I don't even remember, but like I just don't think the premise was very good.
No.
But,
they try, right? And Netflix gives them a bunch of money, and
yeah,
they try to do the best that they can with it.
Yeah.
There are some like really like disturbing movies on Netflix right now. I don't know if you are interested in real like body horror movies. But
after Hostel, I'll watch anything.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a few movies that I won't watch again, and that's the Hostel movies, the second Human Centipede movie, and there's a movie that is it's incredible, and as a horror fan, you have to see it. It's foreign, maybe, I forget. It's called Martyrs.
Oh, I've heard of this. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
You've heard of it, right?
Yeah.
So I saw on Netflix that they just put out a movie, and it said made by the people who made Martyrs, and it's called Incident in a Ghostland. And
I saw that when I was searching through Netflix the other day.
So, it didn't make me feel as much horrible as Martyrs made me feel. But you can definitely tell it's the same people.
Sure.
I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
I love when you find gems, but when video stores When video stores, what are those? FYE, like Blockbuster.
Oh, I love FYE so much.
So you knew. Okay, so
Yeah.
I said FYE. I did not. And then I said Blockbuster because I didn't know if you knew what FYE was. So FYE doesn't. Does it exist anymore? I don't think so.
There was one in the mall near me.
There was one in the mall near me too, but now that there's like DV, like Blu-ray, not Blu-rays, like everything's digital. I feel like all those movie stores are like obsolete. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember going into FYE and going to the horror movie.
Mm-hmm. What the heck? Sorry about that.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
I was like, wait a second.
We're back.
Uh-oh.
We're good.
What's happening? It's a ghost. It's a ghost. I was like, oh no. He definitely does not want to hear the end of the story.
No, I do. I promise.
The podcast is canceled.
No.
There was a copy, and I kind of regret not getting it just for the meme. There was a copy of a Serbian film in the horror section, just one copy, and all over it was like warning, all this, this is not for the faintest of heart kind of thing. And I wish I would have picked it up. That is another movie that I will never watch again. Pretty easy to find though on the internet if you know, like me and Katie watched it together and like separately, but like we pressed play at the same time. And it was like, have you ever heard of this film? So the film it's a foreign film, and it's about a guy who's like a porn star, right? And he's a porn star, and he gets like this kind of deal that from this dude that says like, I will, money-wise, will take care of your wife and your child for the rest of your life. We want to put you in scenes. We want to work with you. The only catch is you can't know what you're going to do before you do it.
Oh, no.
And there is a scene, because I don't recommend watching it, but there is a scene where there's a lady on the table and she's giving birth. And she gives birth, and the guy, pretend this is the baby, okay? So she gives birth, and the guy takes the baby like upside down like this, and like smacks its ass, and then takes it and fucks it to death. And it's one of the most disturbing things you will ever see.
The newborn baby?
The newborn baby, he fucks it to death. While the mother is like, ha ha ha, watching and smiling.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who allowed this to be made?
No, that's why there's like warning labels. It's a banned movie.
Oh.
And then
I can see why.
Not in America, but in other places. But they
really
wouldn't have
says a
sold
lot
it
about
FYA.
America, doesn't it?
but so this guy ends up like going like from doing all of these things, right? He ends up like going kind of like mad. And at the end of the movie, he's going into a scene, and there are obviously two bodies.
Yeah.
Under two white sheets.
Okay.
And he is instructed to, F them, right? And he goes over to the first body, still under his sheet, and he has sex with the first body. But the disturbing thing about it is that when he goes to do it, you hear a ripping sound. And then he picks up the sheet, and it's his son. His 10-year-old son.
Oh no.
Who they gave drugs to, and he's just foaming at the mouth, overdosing.
Oh.
It's so fucked up. He ends up seeing that, and he kills all the other people, and then him and his wife, because the wife's under the second sheet, him and his wife take their son, and they go home. Their dead son, he's dead now. They go home, and they literally just kill themselves.
Oh no.
It's
This
The most
movie
disturbing.
is
It's
my
called
nightmare.
a Serbian film. It's your nightmare. It's
Like,
everyone's nightmare.
literally,
It's horrible. It's
Yeah.
absolutely horrible. I can't believe things like this, are made.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly,
Ugh.
like the fact that I don't know, just that sounds like Cannibal Holocaust,
Mm-hmm.
Like, but like I feel like Cannibal Holocaust has a little bit more taste than this movie,
It's a thought-out movie, Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
I like Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but
I don't like the rock scene.
yeah.
The rock scene's really rough. Really, especially like as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the scene in Terrifier 1 with the choppy.
Yeah, I had to look away during that scene. I was not a big fan.
You didn't see any of it? You just were like,
I mean, like, I saw like the first I saw him like put the axe to her, and then like the first like 4 of like this motion, and then I looked away.
I don't blame you. It was hard not to look away during the second movie.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with you. But
yeah, I think the second movie wasn't that scene. I can see why for you that scene was pretty bad, because having a character named after you and then just being brutally murdered is just like not fun at all. But I think the scene in Terrifier 1 definitely for me was a lot worse. But
the not only like you're saying like the scene in Terrifier 2 is the girl named Allie, it wasn't even like it's like it's like it's my name, whatever. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know there's more to it, but
so long.
Yeah, I think that's the other part of it.
Long. And then when the mom comes in and she's just like, Mom, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that got Katie too. Katie was like, oh, like Katie hated when she said Mom. Hated it.
I think it's just because like I enjoyed Terrifier 1 a little bit more,
Well, Terrifier 1 had like an actual story, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like kind of a story, right?
I could follow it more than I could Terrifier 2.
I don't think anybody could follow Terrifier 2. I really, truly feel like Terrifier 2 is a setup movie for Terrifier 3. Mm-hmm. Terrifier 1 had I would love Corn, because Corn's in the chat. I would love to watch those Terrifier movies with him. Mm-hmm. I think he said that he's seen one of them or something, maybe both of them, but I would just love to see his face. So like Terrifier 1, you have just like, the sister, what was it, the sister and the friend, they get mutilated. The other sister tries to go and find, the sister who she just got shot in the face at the end.
I think.
Tara, yeah. And trying to survive, right?
Yeah.
So that's baseline. That's baseline, like that's a structure.
Yeah.
Terrifier 2, now we're introducing magic, right?
Yeah.
Now we're introducing really truly that art is a demon from hell.
Yeah.
And now we have this female, this just little girl clown who's terrifying.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to feel about her.
What do you mean?
Like, because she kind of just like, because there's that scene in the laundromat, I think it is. Because she first appears like next to him and when he's like washing his clothes. And like her just showing up, I was like, oh, like she's like cosplaying as Art the Clown. And then like you go to like the guy's perspective and it's just Art talking to like nothing. And it's just like, okay, they're going to explain this. And then they don't really explain it after with that. And I'm just like, oh no. Like, why is this a thing?
You don't get an explanation of the main character's dad and why he's important. Mm-hmm. They never say in my head canon, the dad died by Art the Clown. That's my head canon because they don't say how he dies.
In my head canon, the dad is Art the Clown.
Yes. So, okay. Hold the fuck on. So, the whole time I'm watching Terrifier 2, I'm like, it's going to be revealed. It's going to be revealed that Art the Clown is this girl's father. And it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
He has all these drawings of him.
Yeah.
You know, like, if Art is just like an evil entity, like from hell. Excuse me, from hell.
Bless you.
I'm drinking sparkly suds. I'm sorry.
No, please.
No, I'm apologizing to chat because
okay.
they're just like, oh god. They're just like, please take her off the screen.
Can't stop, won't stop, guys.
Can't stop, won't stop. Right. But that makes sense. It makes sense that her dad is Art the Clown, and I like the fact that he like wasn't.
Yeah.
Or they didn't confirm it. But
they also didn't deny it, so.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Yeah. It's my favorite joke to say.
I love it. I always think about you. And I also use giggity ? Now in my like.
Yeah.
In my daily talks.
I don't even know like how that started, and I can't stop saying it.
It was you. It was 100%
yeah,
you.
but like I'm just like, I think it's just because like I wanted to emphasize the fact that I was confused in the cantina, and I was like,
yeah,
giggity ? And then everyone's just like giggity exclamation point. And I'm like, it's a question mark for me. Like,
I love it.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it. And when someone says something like sus, but they don't like mean it, like, oh look, these are two big oranges. I don't. Why is that sexual?
Giggity question.
I can't think of giggity question mark. I love it. I absolutely love it. But for sure, that little girl came from hell. I think so. What I think is this, because nothing's explained, right? So we could all make our own. We could all make our own story. You could have your headcanon that he's Art. You can make all the assumptions because nothing ever was concrete. Nothing was ever said like, this is what it is. Yes, Art the Clown is her dad. Yes, he is magical. Yes, he is. So we could all be like, this is what the movie is to me. And the movie, so to me, Art the Clown killed that little girl in the carnival or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And they show an article of her in the movie. They show that article saying like girl gets mutilated that's why at the end they go to the Terrifier and the Terrifier is the carnival ride.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool that we got to know like what does Terrifier mean. And in this movie they made the Terrifier is the carnival ride in which, or the fun house, which probably has some magic in it, you know, and that's where the little girl got killed. So this little girl gets killed, and then a demon kind of uses her likeness to come and assist, or even just be a participant, just watch, you know, Art the Clown, you know, do his thing. What I didn't really, that makes sense to me only because of the very end, when the chick with the face getting eat off gave birth to Art's head, and her eye is now yellow like the little girl demon's eyes.
Yes.
So the demon jumped out of that form, the little girl form, and has now jumped in to this person. That's what makes sense to me. Nothing makes sense in this movie, but how I kind of have to look at it for myself. But I do absolutely wish that there was it's concretely, is that a word?
Yeah.
That they said that. No. That would be my.
No, you said it right.
No. I wish they would have said like Art the Clown is her dad. I think that would have been cool.
Yeah.
You and I both agreed we didn't care for the magic part of it, right?
Yeah.
The sword, bringing her back to life, kind of thing. Yeah.
I honestly like, because I think that's again like one of the things, like I think that scene specifically, like like Terrifier like lingers on scenes longer than most horror movies would, but like that
Sure.
like her what
I said sure.
oh okay and
I was like, no,
I don't
no,
know.
it doesn't.
I didn't hear you. But like when it lingers on her, like in the, what was it, the like dunking tank or whatever? Like I was like, okay, so they're clearly gonna do something, but what are they gonna do? And then like her sword starts glowing, and I'm just like, giggity question mark. Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, that's weird, because they didn't do anything magical like up to that point, pretty much.
I mean, no.
I mean, you could like debate like the fire scene was technically magical, technically,
right?
But like,
and who did that?
Yeah.
Who did that?
Yeah.
Like that's So that's the other magic part of it. So what do you assume happened? That art magically made her stuff go on fire? Why is art drawn to her?
Yeah.
Like, what is it that makes him want to pursue her? In the first movie, it was bad luck, bad timing. They were there and they were at they were having a slice of pizza, and he's like, oh, they're the girl, there's like that slutty girl, and she's like, take a picture. You know what I mean? Like, they were asking for it. Wrong place, wrong time.
It's kind of like that scene in The Strangers at the end where he's like, why us? And she goes, because you were home.
Dude,
yeah.
I can't, dude. I'm brother. So that is the scariest line in any horror movie, and I tell people it all the time.
I agree.
Why are you, Liv Tyler's like, why are you doing this to us? And the girl stranger, she's like, because you were home.
Yeah.
And it's real life shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have goosebumps all up and down my legs right now. Like, it's such a powerful sentence, even though it's just like, because you were home. There's no other reason.
Yeah.
We're just bad people. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
And as you like get older, Max, those things will start to scare you even more. Like, as you become more of an adult, because you're just like, not saying you're not an adult, but like things like that didn't scare me when I was like your age. And now that I like have a home and a mortgage, and like I worry about things. Like, I worry about strangers. I worry about break-ins. I worry about things happening to me.
Yeah.
All that's developed in my brain now.
Yeah.
So things like The Strangers, when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I didn't like The Strangers when I saw it. I was very much younger when the movie. I was a young teenager. I was like, this is boring as fuck. This is so boring. This is not scary. This is so dumb. That's the scariest movie as an adult. That's the scariest movie. Like,
I believe
now. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, me too, Corin. Like, home invasion movies just make me like, I don't know, like, give me spine chills. Like,
Incident in a Ghostland is a home invasion movie.
Is it?
It is. It is. You don't have to watch Martyrs or anything to watch it. It's a completely different movie. It's just made by the same people. But home invasion movies, if you're into it or you wanna, feel like depressed and scared and horrible, Incident in a Ghostland, I would definitely recommend. It was a good movie. It was just, it makes you, it makes you feel.
One of my favorite, I don't know if it's necessarily a home invasion movie, but You're Next. I love that movie.
With Barbara Crampton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that a home invasion movie?
They're invading their own home.
I mean, sure, but like, I don't know, like, because the strangers are just like, they're random people. Like, they're strangers, obviously, but like.
But we don't know in You're Next who these people are. You do think that they're random.
At first, yeah, but then like they tell you at the end, yeah.
Yes, but the whole movie you're thinking that it is a break-in, a home invasion, but it just turns out they're just greedy fucking kids. I did love in You're Next, and maybe you could tell me because I forgot, the girlfriend that is brought, in
Which
for,
one?
The main girl.
Erin?
I don't remember the one who survives.
Yeah.
And
Erin.
at the end, the boyfriend's like, "We can kill them and we'll take all the money." Da da da. She had some sort of job or some sort of survival thing.
She was raised on a survival base, on like a military survival base.
Oh hi. Yeah, and she was able to overcome all the odds of that night because of how she was raised, which I think was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You're next. Also, a movie where I watched it the first time, didn't like it, and then watched it the second time and really liked it. And when I watched it the second time, I'm like, how did I not like this? This is an Allison movie. Like this has that Evil Dead like camp to it, that campiness. I love it, and I'm also like, I love Barbara Crampton.
Barbara Crampton's great in that movie.
Any movie that like Barbara Crampton's
movies,
in,
but like specifically that movie and like Chopping Mall. Chopping Mall is a great movie. I love that movie so much.
Did I showed you my Barbara Crampton Chopping Mall autograph, right?
Yes.
She was when I met her, she had a whole bunch of pictures out that you could pick from, and I was like, oh, they have a Chopping Mall. Chopping Mall is my fucking favorite. I love it.
I love that movie. I
actually bought that movie for my friend for his birthday last year. I bought him Chopping Mall, and I bought him the 1982's The Thing, because he didn't see any of those, and I'm like, these are staples, dude.
Oh,
like these are staples, brother. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
You need to watch that Corn Chopping Mall. You'll love it. It's fun. Yeah. It's so fun.
God, there's a line in Chopping Mall that makes me laugh every time, and I forget what it is. It's there's the guy in the cafe at the beginning, and he's like eating something, and he just says more butter in the weirdest way. I forget I forget it, but yeah. And then there's that scene in like the mattress store. Who doesn't, There's that scene in the mattress store with all the funny lines between the characters and stuff.
Oh, when they're all just having sex?
Yeah, when they're just
next
banging.
To each other?
Yeah,
in the store?
Yeah, they're just having an orgy, and it's all hilarious.
I don't under fucking stand. Okay, they're all doing it next to
literally
each other,
within 5 feet of each other.
That I couldn't. There's no way. First of all,
I love my friends too much to not do to do that. I don't want my friends in the same room as that.
No, absolutely not. I mean, listen. There's always a number, right? There's always. Am I getting $1 million for having sex 5 feet away from my friend? Listen, $1 million max. I could come fly to you. We can spend. I'll pick you up. We'll spend the weekend and the whole week in the UK with our friends. All I need to do is listen. If they were you have to bone next to Katie, that's fine. Katie and I have known each other for a while. For $1 million, absolutely. And then we could take a big vacation on me. I just got to do the Lord's work,
God damn it. That's fucking hilarious.
Daddy Squidward, welcome in.
Welcome in, Squid. What did you walk into? Chaos. That's what you walked into. Welcome in, by the way.
This is our podcast. We do once a month. It's called Scaryforherpleasure.
This month is a bad time to say once a month because this is our second one this month.
That's right. This is a double header. I love it.
A double feature, if you will.
A double feature. We did a double feature last night and a double feature this morning. Is that what's for? Quad? A
quadrilogy?
A trilogy is 3.
A quadrilogy.
Oh, quadrilogy.
Yeah.
Quadrilogy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Say that 10 times fast.
No. I don't wanna.
I love it. But no, when teenagers do weird things, they have sex in malls, and then robots come and they fucking fuck up their day. And what is better than that? What is more better than just robots trying to do their jobs? These kids were in the wrong. They were like,
sure.
we're gonna stay after and bone in the mattress store.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we now have security that scans for intruders. You are an intruder, therefore you must die.
Yeah.
You know? That's not... Is that... I don't know why the robot's going in. Like, the arms... Like...
I mean, you're chopping, and they're in a mall, so...
They're chopping in a mall? I know, whenever I tell some people, like, shopping mall, they're like, what? That's the stupidest title. I'm like, you're the stupidest title. Like,
That's the best insult.
It's true. It's fucking
No,
true.
that's the best. That's the best kind of insult when it's true.
It's true. Gotta
do you know
redemption.
how dirty malls are?
We gotta breathe redemption.
Like, all the malls that I've been to are completely like there's like dirt on the floor, like they're not cleaned very well, let alone the mattress store. The mattress store just like, I've seen people like, I once went into a mattress like store just out of pure curiosity.
I once laid on a mattress.
No, I didn't lay on it. I have very little trust in mattress stores.
That's why you sleep on a hammock.
I mean, I have an actual bed. I trust that bed more than anything. Like, but I went into a mattress store and I saw a guy like. There's some people who drool in their sleep and it's fine, but this guy was like sitting, like literally, like the mattress didn't have a cover on it. The mattress was like brand new. It probably like just got there that day. The guy was laying face first on the mattress. Literally like 10 inches around his head, just a massive pile of drool, and it was just like, they gotta return that thing now. Like, who allowed this guy to be here? Like,
he just went to go try out the mattress.
Like,
and he's
I guess he just like,
fell asleep.
I don't know. Like, I just
that's disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't pay much
so
attention
nasty.
to it. I was just like.
I think about often how great it would be to be a professional mattress tester.
Yeah.
Like, go in there and be like, I come in, right? I'm all like in like corporate clothing, you know, and I'm just like, I go around to all, I'm touching. Okay, firm, da-da. And then I go and I sleep on all of them. Like, I could just go, my job is to fucking fall asleep on all of them.
I would love that job if I didn't have insomnia.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know you had insomnia.
Yeah, I have to take meds for it.
What is that like?
So I know
it's a weird question.
Yeah, if I like don't take my meds when I have to go to bed, like I'll go to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning and wake up at like 8-ish. I'll get like 4 hours of sleep and it'll just be the worst day of my life. But if I take like my meds, I'll go to bed at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'll wake up at like 8 and I'll get a good amount of sleep and I'll be like the functioning person that I am right now.
Oh shit! See, I like have the opposite of insomnia, not narcolepsy. I don't have, but like I feel like I can't function if I don't get 9 hours of sleep.
Sure.
But it's a weird thing to say. I'm not jealous of people who have insomnia because I understand that they probably don't want to have insomnia. They do want to sleep. But I also often think about how I would love to, for us to have more hours in the day. So thinking about staying up late and like, let's say like we stayed up late, we hang out in a cantina, we play games, we just bullshit like we do right now. Like I'd rather be doing this than sleeping. And if I can't feel that tiredness, because I feel the tiredness and that's what makes me want to go to sleep. But if somebody like you, if you don't feel the tiredness, I'm like, man, I wish I wish I didn't feel that tiredness so that I can stay up longer and I can hang out with friends and have a more, I guess, like fulfilling day.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
Something, but I know a lot of people struggle with insomnia and sleeping, and I do feel bad.
Yeah. I've definitely gotten better about it. I have a specific time I take my meds because it takes a while to like hit me. So I take them at like 8 or something, and then like by 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'm like, I need to like cut off all contact with everyone, no matter like who it is, or at least get into bed, and then like just like I can still like talk to my friends or whatever, but I just like gotta like calm down, you know.
So like melatonin really doesn't help me. It just kind of like it makes me more awake.
Sure.
NyQuil does the same thing to me, but I have found something that works incredibly well. So I got these, and I got them in Massachusetts, and this is the only place I've seen sell them. And they are called Midnight pills. And what these are is they're tablets of just like a very like, it's 100 milligram. It's like 5 milligrams of THC and 5 milligrams of CBD in one tablet, and it's fast acting.
Gotcha.
So for me, like I smoke weed. It helps me with my anxiety. It helps me with my panic attacks, and it also helps with sleep as well. But there's sometimes like today, like in the last couple of days, like I'm kind of on like a little break from it, and I am having a hard time sleeping because of it. And I don't like to be the person that has a hard time sleeping because they're not on something. Like it sucks for me. I almost feel like broken. I'm like, why do I have to? And I shouldn't. Like everyone, you take medication for it. You know, people. It's just how we are.
Yeah.
But I like, smoking weed because I feel like that's natural and blah blah blah. And when I don't do it, I can't sleep. So I found these at a dispensary in Massachusetts, and I was like, you know what? Let me try these. And just taking one, and I thought it was just going to be like I was just going to get high, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to like fall asleep. So one day I tested it out. I'm like, middle of the day, I'm going to take one. I had to know for myself.
Sure.
Middle of the day, I'm going to take one. I was zonked in a half an hour. I was fucking head on the pillow. I'm like, this works. This works.
Yeah.
So when I'm in that kind of like bind of like I can't sleep, that's what I'll do. I'll take one of those. But I want to get used to it. So I kind of do it like a little bit, not too often.
Yeah. I only take half of a melatonin pill, and that like helps me sleep. Because if I take like a whole one, I'll sleep for too long. Yeah. Oh, that would have been a great place to insert that. God damn it.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that job. I do not have that job. That would have been a good one. It all it all ties back to Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Everything ties back to Evil Dead.
I'm gonna make all my alerts Army of Darkness themed now.
Nice. Well, my raid is the fucking the Army of Darkness. That's
yeah.
Yeah, it's my
Chills.
It's my raid sound.
Is the
Chills
the one,
is so good.
The one where he's like, it's just the one of you and all your friends, and then it just does I think it's the Evil Dead
yeah.
theme.
He had it as that. He was like, oh look, because he was like, oh, I made a new thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is gonna be my raid sound, and it was the Army of Darkness, and I was like, chill. That's been my raid song since the beginning. Not that you can't use it, of course. I don't own it. But I'm just letting you know that I also use that too. But I like his better. Like, I love how he made the and all their friends. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it's a perfect.
I want to raid chill every morning just to hear it. Like
100%.
But I can never stream that early.
Yeah, no. He streams before work.
Yeah.
So he'll do like an hour and a half, 2 hour stream and then raid out. I wish that I could raid chill more often, but
yeah,
I stream at night, so we're opposites.
Yeah.
What have you been streaming? Have you been streaming any horror?
No.
No horror
I think
for you.
the last horror game that I've played was Resident Evil 2 when you raided me.
How did you beat it?
No, I haven't touched it since then.
On with both Claire or Leon? Okay.
Actually,
I
I
only finished
restarted
Claire.
my Claire run because I missed something.
What'd you miss?
There's like so when you go into the statue, when you go down the stairs, there's a crank at the bottom, and you take that, and then when you go back into the police station later, and you go up to where the helicopter crashes, you go past the art room, there's that door, and you put the crank in there, and then you like crank the door
Crank it open. I don't even think, did I do that? It's been a little while. I don't remember. I know that I didn't platinum it. Like I didn't 100% the game. Because there was the also there was like the things that you put in to open the lockers, the little nubs, or the little like number keys to open the lockers. I didn't get all the number keys. But I'm learning that you don't have to 100% games in order to beat them. I didn't know that. Yeah. So like when I was playing Resident Evil Village, I thought that you had to 100% in order for the next thing to happen, because traditionally in horror games, especially like the horror games that I play, I call them walking sims. So in walking sims, you have to interact, and if you don't interact with something, the game doesn't progress.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking when I was going to play, Resident Evils for the first time, that I'm not going to progress if I don't make every single room blue.
Yeah.
And then someone in the chat's like, you don't have to, it's taking me forever to do this. And they're like, you don't have to do this. Kilo asked if I have ever played the Doom games. Kilo, unfortunately, I suffer from motion sickness. So first person shooters that are quick like that make me sick. I actually moderate for Chillzilla along with Max, and when he plays Doom, I'm there for like a couple minutes and then I have to lurk because it makes me sick to watch, unfortunately. There's a lot of games that I cannot play because of how it makes me sick. Now, Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 7, like those are all first person as well, but you're walking. You know what I mean? You're going slow. You can run, but you're going at your own pace. I actually just experienced a really bad bout on stream of motion sickness and had to stop playing game. It was unfortunate. I was playing the brand new Papa Combo game, Rewind or Die.
Yes.
And the beginning of that game is cool. Like you're working on a blockbuster. It's fun. But then you get stolen by a guy with a pig mask and you have to escape this kind of factory that he brought you to. And at one point at the end, you have to get a bunch of stuff while being chased. And you're running so fast and just going woo, 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 that I was not doing well.
Yeah.
And I know when I'm going to vom, I start getting hot, like from my toes, like just kind of coming up. And I was like, oh God. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I cannot do this. Which unfortunately, because I was right at the end. Like I watched a couple other people play it and I was right at the end. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. It sucks. That's the last two, the last three Papa Combo games have been that. So when Papa Combo like is produced by Torture Star Video, I feel like Torture Star Video is like, you have to have chase scenes and like, so like Stay Out of the House, Deadly Night, and Rewind or Die, the last three games have all been, you start off somewhere like at a house or a store. Mr. Shiny? Mr. Shiny?
Yeah.
So Mr. Shiny is Deadly Night.
Yeah.
So you're at the motel for like the first, bit of the game. And then you get brought into this place and it has a house and you have to escape it. And he's chasing you and it's Papa Combo, so you can't fucking see anything because everything's pixelated.
Yeah.
So, and it really, it's stressful.
Yeah.
It's really stressful. I'm not sure if you have watched Korn at all this week, but on Monday and Tuesday, he played an old Papa Combo game called Nun Massacre. And Nun Massacre is just like that as well, and it's unforgiving. There's no save.
Oh.
If you die, that's it. It's no good. No good.
I hate those kinds of games. That's kind of what I was like during Doom 64. I was telling Chill like when I hit escape, I couldn't like there was for some reason the first time I hit escape, the options menu came up, not the like where you could save the game. So I was like, why can't I save this game? What the hell? And so I beat it. I beat Doom 64 twice without saving. The first time
Did you
was
get
an
an achievement
accident.
for that? Because that's pretty cool.
I don't think so. Cause like the first time like I didn't mean to do it. The second time I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this for real with saving and stuff, and then I just didn't for some reason. And then I talked to Chill about it, and then the save button showed up, and I was like, oh well, fuck sakes, thanks. Like
Because Chill's here.
Yeah.
It just shows up. Can I tell you what annoys me to no end about the fucking what were we just saying? The achievements is that I'm not a fan of grades. I was not a good student.
Me neither.
I graduated college with a 2.8. I don't fucking give a shit about school. I don't do homework. I am an adult. Tell me, Resident Evil, why the fuck you gave me a C at the end? I didn't know I was being graded. So at the end, I think it was Village. It was either Village or 2. I think it was Village. They were like, this is, oh no, I think it was 2. It showed you, it outs you first of all for the difficulty level, right? And then, and mine's always like easy plus. And then it gives you a grade, and I got a fucking C. And I got so offended. I'm just like, I fucking spent how many hours playing this game? Like 16 hours to beat Resident Evil 2, and I get a fucking C? That's an average player score? C is an average?
I mean,
Also, I didn't know that the more you save, your average your grade goes down.
Really?
Yeah, the more you save, yeah. Your grade goes down. Keep that in mind with Resident Evil. The more you save,
every time out of spite.
Every time I save, every time I see it. Every time I see a thing, I save. Every single time. C is better than grades you got in school. I don't know how I graduated high school.
Imagine if Stray had a grading system. Like, you would have hated that game more.
Listen, I loved Stray.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fantastic game.
I don't know. It didn't sound like that with the last time I saw you playing it.
You saw a very rare Pokemon, Allie. You have seen. That was baby's first rage quit.
Yeah.
Because you know what the problem was with that, Max, is that I learned later on that I didn't need to do all the things I was doing in that scene. There was like a thing on this side, and I had to get to this side to press the button, essentially. But I thought you had to go and kill all of the little like Zerk eggs and stuff, and you didn't. So I'm trying to kill all of them and do the best I can and escape. And then at one point, I've just like, I want to just end myself right here. And what did I say? I said, I wish I was a rich ass hoe.
So you can break everything and replace it?
So I can break everything and replace it. Yeah, because I was not doing well.
I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely contemplated walking up to New York and hugging you.
I would have loved it. I would have accepted. Well, I kind of have you here, right? This is.
I mean, I have less stitches on my face, but very similar concept.
Very similar concept.
Chucky was my nickname in high school because I listened to heavy metal. I watched horror movies. Like, I had long red hair.
Did you like that nickname?
I didn't hate it. I think at the time I hated the people who called me it more than the name itself. You know.
It's a better nickname than Fat Cunt.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
I believe it.
Yeah, I was like, would you like the nickname Chuck? I mean, personally, me, I would totally love it. I used to work at Starbucks, and someone came up to me once and told me that I looked like I belonged in the Tilly family. And it's like by far my favorite.
I know we had like a conversation about this a while ago. Like, you would be an amazing like part of the Tilly family.
I just gotta make kind of like my voice like this, you know what I mean? And then and then I'll fit in perfectly.
Oh my
god. Tits.
Tits. I would say toots. Yeah, tits.
So, to be fair, Chucky would say that too. Like,
he would. He absolutely would.
I think Jennifer Tilly is the best part of the Chucky TV show.
God, she's so great. And also, like, she's an amazing person.
Oh, yeah. Like,
she's just a beautiful, amazing person. Don Mancini is a great person.
Have you seen behind the scenes of the TV show with Fiona Dourif and her?
I haven't. I follow them on Instagram,
They're
so
like
I see like some shenanigans.
Best friends off screen, and it's the best.
I love Fiona Dourif.
Oh yeah.
I love her playing her dad in the flashbacks. It is, and I didn't know like at first that was her. Like the first, ow, I just hit myself. Thank you.
Allie, be careful. My goodness.
Thank you.
I'd rather not. Thanks.
Those thingies have been.
So much is happening in the last 30 seconds.
The first time I didn't know that was her.
Yeah.
Like when you first see it, and then I'm like, man, they really got a good fucking, like, it sounds like Chucky, like it sounds like Brad Dourif, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, that's Fiona playing her dad. So fucking good. I love it when they're like doing like love scenes or whatever, like when Chucky's in like Fiona Dourif's body.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I think that's funny. I mean, how can you not be best friends after that?
Like, yeah, they really enjoyed like doing those scenes together. Like, yeah.
Thank you, Kilo.
Thank you, Kilo. Appreciate you.
Jennifer Tilly impression. I try to work on my Jennifer Tilly, and I try to work on my Chucky impression. What do you mean? I'm made out of rubber.
Like.
I don't know why, but it is my headcanon that when you're not streaming and we're not talking to each other, you're just sitting in your room making up fake conversations between your Chucky impression and your Tiffany impression.
Yeah, it's me and all my dolls. I'll have like all my dolls around. I'll be just like, hey, shorty, what's going on? And then he'll be like, pizza.
That's great.
I love it.
Where did you get your Ash doll, by the way?
This one?
Yeah.
Amazon. I'll send you a link.
I'll take it. I'll take 5 of them. I'm gonna throw them at people in my town. Just be like Evil Dead, and then just nothing else.
That's what I do. Ready? Evil Dead. Oh!
God damn it, Allie. Did you think that was gonna end differently?
No, I thought maybe it would I thought it would bounce and come back to me like a ball. Bruce Campbell is not buoyant. Can confirm. Giggity question mark.
Is buoyant a sexual term?
I think it just means you could.
Yeah, it just means like you can like float in the water or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know water was sexual. Like.
It's definitely not. Definitely not accessible.
Sounds good, Kilo. Thank you for being here.
Kilo's a baby angel. Also, Kilo, I know this is the podcast, but I still would really love an Evil Dead trivia question. We are talking about Evil Dead today, so it does make sense.
Oh no, I haven't brushed up on my Evil Dead yet.
Evil Dead.
Thank you, Corn.
Thank you, Corn.
I need to get Corn to edit all the videos after the podcast.
Dude, Corn's a baby angel. I fucking love Corn so much. He's the fucking the husk of my life.
talking about horror to Corn is just like one of the top 10 greatest things I've done in my life.
Yeah, what's your do you just like his reactions, or
I don't know, just like
what about it?
Korn is just like so hilarious, like without even trying. Like just like when we did the podcast episode with him and we were talking about the Chucky remake where the cat died, and just how he was just so happy about the cat dying. Or he wasn't happy about it, but he was just like laughing at it. Like
Yeah. I have learned some things about Korn, and I learned that he laughs at things that he should not laugh at. Let me give you another example, Max, because I laughed so fucking hard watching Korn watch Sausage Party for the first time. Have you seen that movie?
I love that movie. That movie's weird as hell.
So, you know what made Korn so happy?
Douche scene?
Was the douche rave.
Yeah.
Yeah. He laughed so hard that Katie texted me on the side, and she was like, should Korn be laughing at this?
When your friends worry about you so much to the point where you're just like, okay, that's kind of how I felt about Terrifier, because I laughed several times at Terrifier when I really shouldn't have. Like,
God.
did I tell you? Did I tell you the parts that I laughed at?
Tell me.
So the parts that I laughed at was, so remember that scene in the garage where Tara's hiding behind the car, and then Art the Clown comes up and he like stabs her in the ankle. I laughed at that scene just because
the stab in the ankle.
No, like not specifically the stab in the ankle, but like just the fact that he was like looking directly up at her with the smile as he's doing like this shit, like as he's doing this, and he's like. It's just the funny like thing.
I know that kind of like him just like, because he's always like
yeah.
Like it's kind of I can see that being silly, absolutely.
And then the second part's not funny either. Just the fact just when he pulled out the gun, when Tara's just like, come get some, and he just like he just pulls out the gun and shoots her. I laughed so hard because I thought about the Super Smash Bros. Trailer where they introduced Joker from Persona 5, and he just and the guy says for his neutral special he wields a gun. And I thought about that when Art the Clown just pulls out a gun.
I can't believe all that, and she just got shot.
Yeah.
I think that was the funniest part of it all.
Yeah.
Is that like she just watched her friend get killed vagina first, and like, you know, like we watched him mutilate the dude in the pizza place.
Yeah. And
she just gets shot. Honestly, I'll take it. I'd rather just be shot.
I thought it was really funny when at that pizza place when the two girls are just like dining, and then like Art the Clown goes in the bathroom, and then like as they're leaving, they're just like, oh, he's probably like jerking off in there. Yeah. But then like it cuts to like in there, and he's got like shit on the walls, like he's got like a name written out.
Yeah.
The poor guy that had to clean it up.
Yeah, and the owner was telling the guy to like go in there and clean up.
And he was the
shit.
chef too. Like he was the one like touching the food and stuff. So and he made him like go clean it up.
Go clean that shit.
Like,
oh God. But Art the Clown's such a good character.
Yeah.
Like despite like those movies are not for many people.
The faint of heart.
But the character itself, I think, is really cool. Plus, when you think of clowns, like you think of like Pennywise. You know, you
think
like,
of,
for me,
dramatic, like big characters who do a lot, like say a lot, do a lot. Whereas Art the Clown like doesn't. Like he doesn't even have like that like a cool laugh. He just kind of like mimes and stuff.
He doesn't. He doesn't talk at all. When he laughs, he's like,
yeah,
and
which I think like, is kind of more terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of almost like how and I'm not sure. I think we've probably talked about this before, but how I think that movies are less scary when you see the monster's face.
Yeah.
Like how, like in Jeepers Creepers 1, you didn't see the creeper like face close up at all. You see him from a distance. It makes that more scary. And then in Jeepers Creepers 2, he's literally like the whole time, like you see his face, and it's like, oh, you look dumb.
Yeah.
you look dumb. But for Art the Clown, you see his face, but he says nothing. Like he can't say anything. It's terrifying.
Another thing that I don't know if I necessarily have like a problem with it, but like at the end of Terrifier 1, spoilers, Art the Clown like shoots himself in the brain, and then like he comes back at the end, and he like, so like, is Art the Clown human? No? Okay. So like, what is
and
he
I think that was made very clear in the second movie.
Yeah. But like,
when they introduce magic, he is not human. He is not. Like you said, like he shot himself in the brain, he still got up. And even the girl who got like her face eaten off, she was just like, I saw him die. Like I saw him die.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you saw him get shot in the head. He's from hell. So they don't, again, it's Terrifier is a choose your own adventure, right? Kind of thing. You can think to yourself, you can make your own story. And the story that like I've created is that he is from hell. He's a demon. He is not human at all. Like he obviously has super strength. He's there to just torture and kill. You don't know why. We don't have any story. So that's why like making up, like it's so important in those movies to make sure that you have something in your head, like you make your own story so that you can enjoy the film. I did like, even though like they introduced magic in the second movie, I'm glad that they did, because that kind of in a way to me answers the question of like, hey, he shot himself in the head. In the first movie he came back to life. Is he human? He can't be.
Yeah.
And now that we see magic, I feel like 100% know that there's supernatural stuff going on. 1,000% with the girl clown with the glowing eyes, the transfer of obviously that demon that was in that little girl body is now in the woman, because the yellow eye at the end. I don't understand the birthing of the art head. I think that was just a creative, I think that was just for image sake. I don't think it matters, and I don't think it will matter in the next movie. It's probably symbolism, because you just said, hey, did he get shot in the head? Is he human? Well, he got decapitated. And he literally, in the movie, when she was about to do that, he did this. He gave her his neck. He was like, try it, bitch. And he did, and she decapitated him. And I think that the ending scene with the birth gave us two things. It gave us that we now know that there is a demon, an entity, whatever you want to call it, that took form of that little girl and has now transferred, like a deadite going from you to me, right? Has transferred from the girl to the chick with the face. And her giving birth to Art's head is just a symbol of he's not dead. There's still more to be had. There's Terrifier 3. You know what I mean? I think it was just that. I do not think that the birth and anything will coincide at all with Terrifier 3, but I do think that the chick with the face and him might be a duo coming in the future. That's kind of how I see about it. I still don't like them. I don't really say I don't like, but it's the whole movie was so weird and very much not put together like a typical story, that it's hard to even like judge a movie like that. You know, you either like it or you don't. Terrifier 2 is you really like it or you really don't.
Mhm.
There's no true in between.
Yeah.
I happen to be on the side of I really liked it, and I thought that it was the best horror movie of last year.
Yeah.
Definitely got a reaction, and Terrifier 1 is actually coming back to theaters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna go. Also because the experience of seeing those movies with a crowd is incredible.
Sure.
Like watching people around you get sick is what I live for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Watching people gag as they're trying to eat popcorn, watching this person, pour bleach all over an open wound.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking sign me up. Give me a fucking punch card. Like, let me in, coach.
Yeah, that's why I don't eat popcorn at the movie theaters when I go to see a horror movie. So.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, especially during the last
need
two
to
horror
eat.
movies I saw. I was like, nah. Like, I don't care.
I feel like the chewing distracts me.
That's fair. But I have a weak
from
stomach, so...
My weak constitution.
Like, so every time I watch a horror movie, I plan out my day around the horror movie. So I like...
Really?
I do, because... So the way I watch it is I eat in the morning, and then I have like 30 minutes to an hour to like rest from my food, so I don't so that I can like stay awake, like watch, like have energy to watch the movie. And then I'll watch the movies or whatever, and then like I'll wait like an hour or two like after the movies are done to eat like another meal or whatever. Because I'm just like, I get very grossed out at like things easily, and a lot of the horror movies that I have seen in the last like few weeks are have like a lot of my least favorite kind of like horror to them. Like there's like eye horror, like
do you like
genital
eye horror?
Like,
do you like that stuff, like eye
no,
horror?
I hate it.
Because there's like the Italian like zombie films, like that, like it's so eye horror.
Yeah. Like
there's a game called Night at the Gates of Hell that I try to get. I will continuously try to get Corn to play.
Yeah.
It's my work desk. Sorry. I try to get Corn to play. And it's based on like Italian giallo horror. So like it'll have like scenes where the long like eye like a nail, like just but like gratuitous, like really like the camera's right here. It's like insane.
I hate that shit. That shit like scares me because I already can't see. Like I wear glasses and stuff, and like anything to like that's why like I take my glasses to like the movies, because like it's like at least some like protection, like
at least
like think about it, like you have glasses on, like it can somewhat stop like like a knife, sort of, maybe.
Well, I always have this like this, not this, I don't know the saying, but you should never hit somebody with glasses on.
Oh, sure.
Like I think that like if somebody, like let's say like a guy or whatever came and punched me in the face, like
first rude,
but second, like hitting somebody in the face when they have glasses on, it just shows that you are the biggest piece of shit, because you have just not only hurt my face, but you've probably damaged my eyes. There's probably glass somewhere in me. Like it's just so incredibly
and probably
rude.
In their hand too. It also means they probably don't care about themselves as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Oh god, body horror. Horror is something that like it's very hit or miss for me. Like I'm down with The Fly, but a lot of stuff I'm
like
not
the Jeff
down
Goldblum
with.
one.
Yeah,
fuck yeah,
that's
that
a body
one's
horror
great.
for sure. Yeah. It's so good. The ending makes me like tear up every single time I watch it.
I love that movie. That movie's great.
It's incredible. It's long.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a bit long.
But I think that doesn't hinder it for me personally.
No, I think when I watch movies, I think about like other people, and I'm like, would this hinder this for someone who isn't a horror buff like we are? So like I think like when we were talking about Evil Dead Rise, I'm like, okay, well, anyone who wants to go see a horror movie is going to love this movie.
Yeah.
Anyone who's going to see, the next Evil Dead film is going to be like, it was fine.
Yeah.
It had Deadites. It had the Necronomicon.
Honestly, like, I don't feel like my time was wasted with Rise, if that makes sense.
Oh, I don't feel that way either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was like shot well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could it was like understandable as a movie. Whether or not it was an Evil Dead movie, that's a completely different like thing on its own. But
right.
But I still really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I recommend it. Also, like, the more support that this movie gets, the more likely we'll get another one.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce has come out and has said that he would like an Evil Dead movie every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
And if Sam Raimi does direct it, he will be in it.
Yeah.
So, like, I despite if the let's say the next Evil Dead Rise movie, Evil Dead I don't know, Falls. This one's Evil Dead Falls. And it gets a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's bad. I am still gonna see it because I am Evil Dead purist and I like to see all the movies and I like to see all the horror movies that I possibly can.
Yeah.
So, I'm more of a tough critic than most people.
Yeah.
Because I know what I like and I know what I enjoy. But I also know what other people enjoy. So even if I didn't enjoy Evil Dead Rise to the fullest, I can absolutely see other people getting, a lot of joy out of this, being like, oh, this is a fantastic movie. And I'm happy because that's just going to bring, attention to Evil Dead, and we'll get more Evil Dead stuff. We're getting more Evil Dead DLCs and, Evil Dead the game now. We just got Ball and we got Ash's dad from Ash vs. Evil Dead. Oh, you don't know who Ball is. Everyone, we got Ash vs. Evil Dead people.
I was like, what am I missing here?
What was he in Army of Darkness? Was he one of the little Ashes?
I love that scene so much. That scene was so good.
The little Ash scene.
Yeah.
Is so good. In Evil Dead the game, you find chests.
Yeah.
And you open them and they have like prizes and stuff, but every once in a while
there's little ashes.
It's full of little ashes.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Little ash. You'll hear like Katie like be like, oh, I found a chest. God damn it.
That's my favorite. I love when she does that.
Now I would like you to watch Bubba Hotep.
Okay.
It is Evil Dead-esque.
It's the Bruce Campbell movie, right?
Bruce Campbell. He's in Shady Oaks retirement home, and
yes, you told me about.
He
this
has
night.
Elvis, but he's actually Elvis.
Yeah.
And living with erectile dysfunction, and there's like a mummy and stuff. It's very Evil Dead-esque.
Yeah.
And I think that you would absolutely love it. He's got a sidekick. It's so fun. Anything Bruce is just fun.
I agree.
Black Friday. Have you seen Black Friday?
Yes.
With the toy store.
Yes.
Yes. He was the manager in that.
Oh my god, he was.
He was the manager. Oh my god. He was the manager.
Huh.
He sacrifices himself at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one whose voice, hey, well, guys, that's him.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie, but...
And Devin Soa from Chucky, the TV show. The dad of Junior in the first season.
Who plays Alex in Final Destination.
Final Destination, yes.
Did you say Final Hands?
Idle Hands. So he's also in a movie called Idle Hands. Yes.
Yeah, I do know that.
Devin Soa. That movie is hilarious.
Yeah.
That movie is so good. That was one of my first horror movies I really love. And it makes so much sense why I am the person I am, and why I like the things, the corny, the camp that I like because of all the corny in the camp. The corny camp
The
that
corny
I
camp.
that I laugh at. That's what we join when we go to visit corn. We go to the corny camp. We go to visit the children of the corn.
I'm really glad. Like, so my first horror movie was actually my favorite horror movie, Murders in the Rue Morgue from 1932. And that's why I love like black and white movies, and that's why I've been wanting to watch Psycho for so long. So,
question: does that have Vincent Price in it?
Murders in the Rue Morgue?
Yeah.
It has Bela Lugosi in it.
That's Bela Lugosi. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, it's either one of the two back then.
Yeah. Something cool I found out about the Universal Monster like movies is that Lon Chaney Jr. played 4 of the classic Universal monsters.
Oh, who?
He played Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, and the Mummy.
Damn, he must have that fucked up face or something. Like, just.
No, he's like.
Well, did you say Dracula?
Yeah.
Well, Dracula was he? Because I feel like when I think of Dracula, and it's probably like not really what I should think of, but I think of like handsome.
Sure.
Like suave,
Sure.
of like, because he has to kind of like entice you, right?
Yeah,
To like
yeah.
let me in, invite me in, let me bite your neck.
Uh-huh.
Remember, let me in, let me bite your neck.
Yes, my favorite line from Dracula. That sounds like something Nick Cage from Renfield would say. Like,
did you see Renfield?
No.
I didn't
want
either. It came out before Evil Dead Rise, so it'll probably be on streaming really soon, and then we'll get to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Nick Cage fan.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah, I love it. And it's funny because I feel the same way about like Nick Cage and Bruce Campbell. Like I kind of feel about Justin Long, and you hate Justin Long, which I love. I love that you hate Justin Long. So he's such a shit character.
I rewatched Jeepers Creepers after that last episode where I said that I hate him, and I think I was wrong in saying that Jeepers Creepers was the first time that I like hated him, because he's actually pretty alright in that movie.
I like when he goes out in Jeepers Creepers, like they're like, someone's been through your car, and like all of his laundry is out, and he takes his underwear and it says like Derry on it, like his name. He goes,
yeah, that seems weird. That's such a weird movie.
But what was cool about that movie, I really liked how like the dynamic between the sister and him, and how the sister was so brave and so strong, and at the end that braveness and strongness when she tried to martyr herself did not work, because he, the creeper, wanted something from them, but he smells fear.
Yeah.
And when she was like, take me instead, I'm strong, you want me, he was like, no, I want this weak piece of shit Justin Long.
Yeah.
I want the guy with the rose belly button tattoo.
You know what's weird about that movie? How did the guy get tags for his truck?
Hold on. Are you asking me how he got a personalized license plate?
Yup.
So,
because he had to walk into a fucking DMV.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think about this often. Because that Be Eating You is in all the Jeepers Creepers. Even like the shitty 3rd and 4th one is the Be Eating You license plate. And I think about him going in with his fucking straw hat and his fucking sharp teeth and submitting a ticket, being like, is this one available? Also, I would love that license plate for myself, like a vanity license plate that says, like, people think it says beating you, but it says be eating you. But how cool is that, Max? That you have you seen that in any other movie? That they're like, oh, what the license plate? It was beating you. What the fuck? But it's be eating you. Like, that is don't you get the fucking chills?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so good. And then when they go down into the cellar and all the bodies are preserved and stitched,
Yeah.
but they have the one guy like wakes up, like he's like,
Yeah.
and then like because he obviously like has no lungs, or it was something was taken from him, probably a lung or something. And their friends were on the wall, and they showed like the class rings.
Mm-hmm.
That was so scary. But you know what made me laugh about that movie?
What's that?
The cat lady.
Yeah.
When she was just like, "Are you here to take away my cat?"
Yeah. I think
like,
that was probably my
50
favorite
years?
scene. I love 100%. her. She reminds me a lot of the lady from which Friday the 13th is it? It's the one the one lady where she's talking to the police officer, and she has that one line where she's like, "I got a bomb on me." Yeah, she reminds me of that girl or that lady.
The psychic lady who comes in? Is that her?
In Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th. Oh my god. No.
She's
never mind.
got
I was thinking about Friday the 13th. No, I'm thinking about Jeepers Creepers.
Oh. No, but like she's like that like hillbilly lady. Mm-hmm. She's got like
Which one was that?
I forget which Friday the 13th movie it is, but it might be 4, maybe 4.
Mm-hmm. They're so ridiculous.
Yeah, those first, was it like 5?
Mm-hmm.
Those first 5 are weird movies.
I watched 1 through 7 last year.
Oh, really?
Because my husband has never he's seen like one of them, but he really likes Jason the character. I'm like, we should rewatch the movies. Like, I haven't seen the movies in so long.
Yeah.
So we rewatched 1 through 7. We stopped at 7, and then I think we have one more, and then we have maybe like Jason Goes to Hell, Jason Takes Manhattan.
1 through 7, you said?
1 through 7 we
1
watched.
through 7, it would be Goes to Hell, Takes Manhattan, Jason X, and then
the remakes.
And then after, I believe it's after Jason X, it's Freddy versus Jason, and then I believe it's the 2009 remake. Sorry, are you all right? I didn't mean to be funny while you were eating.
Just crummy.
Oh.
Just crummy.
Fair.
I love Freddy vs. Jason. First of all, best soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I used to be obsessed. So Freddy vs. Jason, I believe, came out when I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
Because I remember the ending song to Freddy vs. Jason when the credits are going. It's a song called How Can I Live by a band called Il Nino. And I was like, what is this song?
Yeah.
This is a great song. So I bought the soundtrack, all metal, like very, very cool soundtrack. But that song was on there too, and I really liked it. And I ended up like buying albums from Il Nino, and throughout like middle school and high school, they're one of my favorite metal bands. They kind of like a Spanish, like they use kind of like bongos and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
Spanish metal's really good.
Besides Il Nino, I don't know any other Spanish
I have a few
metal.
Spanish metal bands I like.
I like German metal a lot.
Oh, German metal's the shit.
Huge Rammstein fan.
My intro and chills chat is from a German power metal band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. What are they called?
Running Wild.
Oh, I never heard of them.
They're a pirate metal band.
Yes, you have. Okay.
They're also one of the big contributors to the power metal movement in the mid 80s. Because it was like them, Accept, and Halloween contribute.
Halloween.
Yeah.
That's a cool fucking
That's the
name.
fucking best name for a band. That's actually that band is actually where Chris Jericho got his name, because their first album is called The Walls of Jericho.
So Jericho stole his move, the name of his move, from that band? And even though he was Chris Jericho forever, and then the band called it the Walls. I wonder if my husband knows that. That's cool. So
least that's what
one of
I've
their
heard.
albums was called the Walls of Jericho.
That was Halloween's first album.
Well, Chris Jericho is a huge
Metal
horror
fan?
fan.
Yeah.
Metal fan, horror fan.
Yeah, he shows up at the end of Terrifier 2, right?
He does.
He's the guy that eats the eyeball, right?
Yeah, yep. He was just like, let me get some of that jelly on there.
Yeah,
Put
because
a little bit of that stuff.
at the beginning of that movie, I was like, Chris Jericho's in this movie? And then I didn't see him for the entire movie. I was like, oh, he's got to be like in the end credits scene or
End
something.
credits.
And then,
Yeah.
boom, he was right there.
I was like, oh, but I actually didn't realize. I was like, Chris Jericho. I'm like, fuck. Well, he's on I don't know if you are if you watch Shudder or not, or subscribe to Shudder.
I want to.
But I mean, it's the best $4.99 you'll spend a month. It's absolutely worth it. If there's ever anything on Shudder that you see that you want, you just want to watch, I'll just give you my password. But there is they have 3 not documentaries, I'll say, that are called what is it? It's pretty much like top 100 horror movies.
Okay.
And they'll show like a horror movie, then they'll have all these like guest commentators, and Chris Jericho is always a guest commentator. And he also is, I don't know if you know who Joe Bob Briggs is in his show.
Yeah.
But Chris Jericho is often a guest on his show as well.
What is his show? The Last Drive-In, I think it's called?
The Last Drive-In. Yep.
Yeah.
So they have them on Shudder, and they do Last Drive-In, Thanksgiving, Halloween. They'll do like events. And I really love watching horror movies that way, especially horror movies that I've already watched. So let's say that, like, for example, I love the movie Frankenhooker.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. And they did a special. They showed Frankenhooker. And what they'll do is Joe Bob, he'll talk for a while, and then he'll talk about the movie, and then show 30 minutes of the movie, and then he'll go back to him talking, and he'll go, did you know, and all these facts about the movie that just makes the movie like a better rewatch for next time. Because I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that until they said that. Oh, I didn't know that person. Oh, that's the inspiration for that. Yeah. I didn't know to look there. And I really love that.
Yeah.
I really love that I can get all that kind of like stupid facts,
Yeah.
about horror movies. But he puts out a really good show, and they do like charity auctions too and stuff. Like they'll auction up really, really cool stuff. So I enjoy him very much. Even though he's kind of like, fair. I'm not about that life.
Yeah, that's fair. I love, as you were saying that, I was thinking about how much I love horror movies that reference other horror movies. Like that's why I love Scream so much.
Oh yeah,
like
Scream's just all about
it's
that.
Just that scene where they're in the video store. I think about that scene all the time. Where
Which one?
In the first movie where Randy is like, everyone's a suspect.
Yeah.
They're talking about the howling or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, the howling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's great about those Scream movies. It's kind of like, I don't know, like that movie like shaped so much.
That
like
movie
Scream 1 shaped so much of like horror today.
Yeah.
It was the best. Well, you had 90s was all slashers. Like 90s, you had all like I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I think might have been 1999 or 2000, but we'll say like 90s.
Yeah.
You have Scream. Just all that was that genre back then.
I feel
Sorry,
no, continue.
No, I'm just saying Scream 1 taught us the rules of horror movies.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like Scream took a look of its surroundings in the horror movie genre and said, "Hold my beer, I'm gonna make something better than all this shit," and then just went and actually did it.
Yeah, it did "Holds My Beer."
Yeah.
I always say instead of "Hold My Beer," I don't know if you've ever seen White Chicks.
No.
That movie, but this is the Wayans brothers, excuse me, and they like dress up as girls. This movie would never be made today.
Yeah, I've heard.
This movie is incredibly offensive.
Yeah.
But he's like, but some guy is like, flirting with him because he thinks it's a girl. He's just like, hey, you know, whatever he said, and he goes, oh, and he has a dog with him. He's like, hold my poodle.
Oh, I do know that movie.
You do know
that is that.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. Okay, yeah. I always forget that that's that movie.
I thought that movie was very funny.
That scene makes me laugh so much. I love that scene.
You know what I was thinking about? What movie would also never be made today? Is Shallow Hal.
I've never heard that movie.
So it's with Jack Black.
Okay.
And he plays a guy who, like, is shallow. Is
Sure.
You know, he won't date a girl if they're not a 12 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets this guy who wrote a book, and like a famous guy, and the guy kind of like sees how shallow Hal is and does something, literally like clicks his fingers, like does something that now Hal sees only like inner beauty, but Hal does not know that. So he's going around,
Okay.
he goes, oh man, look at that hot chick over there. And then his friend's like, the one with the 12 toes? You know, like, because they see,
Sure.
like, you know, with what they really look like,
Mhm.
and Hal is seeing their personalities. So he meets Gwyneth Paltrow in a store, and Gwyneth Paltrow is like, you know, like 500 pounds, but she's like the sweetest person in the world. So he sees her as being perfect.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, and there's funny like scenes, like there's a scene where like they're gonna like have sex, right? And he's just kind of like laying in the bed, and he's like, come on, you know, and then she's like, don't laugh at me. He's like, I wouldn't laugh at you. And she comes in, right? And she's, you know, how Gwyneth Paltrow normally looks, you know, thin, you know, whatever. And then it pans back to Jack Black, and like underwear fly at his face, but the underwear are like this big.
Oh,
and he was like, huh? Like, you know. So that's a movie that would 100% never be made because it's just incredibly insensitive.
Yeah.
There's welcome back.
Oh, I forget what. So there's a song that like, I never remember who makes it. I don't remember who wrote it. I don't remember like what the name of it is. But there's a lyric in this song that says something about like, Blazing Saddles is not a movie that would be made today. And I think about that line.
Have you seen Blazing Saddles?
I have.
I've never even like. I think I've heard of it.
That's the Gene Wilder movie.
Oh, like Gene Wilder from Williams Chocolate Factory.
Gene Wilder. It takes place in like the Old West. It's very comedic, but like in like a kind of
like
offensive.
Racist?
Yeah, there's a few racist jokes in there. It's been a while. I don't remember most of it, but kind of glad that I don't. You know.
We got a trivia question for Evil Dead. How many Easter eggs are there in the new Evil Dead movie?
Not enough. Continue.
Yeah, I am not Easter eggs. There's no Bruce Campbell for sure. I mean, I was looking for Easter eggs like the entire time, and I couldn't find really any.
So another thing that confuses me, and it might be better for you to explain it to me about that movie. What is the deal with the number, like 14 in that movie?
I didn't even notice.
Really?
Was there 14 written everywhere?
Yeah, like they live on like the 14th floor. The elevator only goes up to like 14 or like 13. There's like 13 or 14. One of those numbers keeps flashing up in like the elevator. Like the 13th button is the only one with like a number on it when it goes back to the elevator after it's broken.
You know, that's something I didn't notice, so that's a good thing to look out for in the rewatch. Without noticing it or anything, I would think like you think number 13 is kind of like, you know, the spooky number.
Yeah.
So
like Friday
maybe
13th
something like that.
Or whatever.
Friday the 13th, yeah. I know that, and Kilo gave me this trivia question last week. And Kilo, you can tell me, is it Evil Dead 1 or Evil Dead 2 where the Freddy hand is over the shed? The shed where like he put Linda's head. There's a Freddy claw hand above there. I forget if it's in the first or the second movie,
It
though.
didn't look like there was one when we were watching it last night.
Yeah, so maybe it was the first one.
I feel like it would make more sense in the first one, you know?
Yeah. I think
At least to me
I think so
personally.
too.
Yeah.
I think so too. Or would it make more sense in the No. No, I was gonna say because after Evil Dead 1, now they're famous, right? They're not famous in Evil Dead.
Sure.
Evil Dead 1, no one knows who like Sam Raimi is and
Sure.
Bruce Campbell, whatever.
Or
now
I guess
in
it
Evil
would
Dead
make sense in Evil Dead 2 as well, because that's kind of what happened with the Nightmare on Elm Street, because Wes Craven was created Nightmare on Elm Street 1, and that movie was like a lot darker, like actually like very similar to Evil Dead. And then the second one came out, and it was like maybe not necessarily more comedic, but like more comedic than the first one.
So I actually from watching like those, it's called In Search of Darkness. That's what those documentaries are called that I was talking about, the horror movies. So by watching In Search of Darkness, I actually found something out really cool about the first Friday the 13th movie. Excuse me, Nightmare on Elm Street movie, which you may know already. But so first of all, like so they ran out of money halfway through making the movie, and the movie was just like done. Like they were not going to continue.
Yeah.
And then I think they all like pulled their money together or something, and like were like we have to do this. So that movie was like might not ever have come out if they didn't have they didn't have that second shot.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, and I'm like, that movie's so good. But similarly, you're right, Max. Like Evil Dead 1 and Nightmare on Elm Street are kind of like the serious movies out of them. And then after that, my opinion, especially with Nightmare on Elm Street, they went full camp. Not saying that like it's not scary,
sure,
or it's not creepy. The kills are amazing. I mean, Dream Warriors is one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion.
That has one of my favorite kills of all time in that movie.
Which one?
The Dream Warriors is the one where they're in like the mental asylum, right?
That's the one after. I think the one after.
Or is it Dream Child that I'm thinking of?
I think so. I seem to. It's been a while. I seem to remember the mental asylum because they undid everything they did in the movie after Dream Warriors. So they killed. So I think they were all in the mental asylum, and they got killed. Every one of the Dream Warriors who survived got killed off within like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. It's been a while, but Dream Warriors has the best kills.
Yeah, it's whatever the Nightmare on Elm Street movie is with where the guy is sleepwalking and he sleepwalks up to like the tower, and Freddy like rips all his veins out, and uses him like a puppet. Like a puppet.
Yes. It might be Dream Warriors. I gotta rewatch, man.
That effect when Freddy rips his veins out and it goes actually like into his foot. And then like there's that skin like popping out. That made me like puke the first time I saw that. I love that scene though.
But that's why these old school movies are so special.
Yeah.
That's why they're so good, because you know what they won't do today? Because you know what
like
they'll do? They'll say CG. Let's just CG everything. Let's just make everything because people can't. Like I don't know, like it's just I don't know why they just don't use practical effects anymore. I really don't.
And everyone who is like really good at doing practical effects like just won't do it anymore, or like they're like it's too much work now, and it's just like but like think about how much work it was back then. It's probably it's probably maybe a little bit more easier now. I like when they do like a fusion of like practical and CG, because I think if they like start practically and then end like or like have like mid sections where there's like CG and stuff, I think that helps a lot.
I do too. And like Sam Raimi still uses practical effects, like with his stuff, which like I love to death. And I was actually just thinking about this before, is that like Evil Dead Rise, I feel like is just a possession movie.
Yeah.
It's not really like anything that has to do with Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, it's just a possession movie. And then I thought about, Max, have you ever seen Sam Raimi's The Possession?
No.
Okay. So Sam Raimi
But I've heard you
made
talk
a movie.
about it.
Yeah, made a movie called The Possession, and it's fantastic. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's main character, Negan, from Walking Dead.
Yes.
And it is an incredible movie. And I'm not a fan of possession movies, but Sam Raimi's The Possession is really, really good, and I think that you would like it. And watch it as like, I know that Sam Raimi wasn't director of Evil Dead Rise, but he did produce it. Watch it as kind of like the possession movie, Sam Raimi, Evil Dead Rise, not Sam Raimi. Look at what it could have been if it was Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
You know, if you truly wanted to make like this like possession movie, like you know, between the both of them, The Possession is better than Evil Dead Rise. It really is, and it was made like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't remember if it was you or someone else I was talking to, but they've been planning an Evil Dead movie where it's Ash and Mia, like they like team up, but it's been stuck in like development hell.
I don't think it's happening.
I don't either, but like I think
Yeah.
that would just be like a really cool concept.
After Evil Dead 2013 came out, that was the whole thing, is that there was going to be an Ash and Mia kind of collaboration movie, which, okay, that's I'm totally down, but the same thing like happened with you know, Freddy versus Jason was supposed to be Freddy versus Ash versus Jason. And
yeah?
Oh,
that
you
would've
didn't
been
know that?
cool.
Oh shit, Max, let me blow your mind for a second.
Please do.
So 100%, the movie was supposed to be Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. And Bruce Campbell, and I admire him for this, was like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like the script. I don't want to be a part of this. And like, he's not a huge actor. He's, you know, I like the fact that he didn't just take any role. Like, he didn't just, okay, I'm in for anything. He saw it, he read it, whatever was involved, any scenes, whatever involved with him, he didn't like it. So he said, I'm not going to do it. Instead, they came out with the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash comic book. And then continued on with just Freddy versus Jason in the movies. But I thought that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of Ash, it's unfortunate because they ended the end of Ash versus Evil Dead like is in dystopian future, pretty much. So if you wanted to bring Bruce Campbell back for any Evil Dead movies, you kind of can't, because he's not even, unless he has a time, had a time machine or something, right?
Yeah.
They made the Delta into a time machine or something. Maybe you can do that, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because he's not in this like universe. He's like in a dystopian future. I slept too long.
This is how Evil Dead gets the multiverse effect.
Yeah. No, for sure. Did you see Multiverse of Madness?
I didn't want to.
I didn't either. I genuinely don't like superhero movies, so I don't watch them. But I had interest in that one because it was Sam Raimi directing it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, let's see how campy this Evil Dead it is. I didn't watch it yet. I know Bruce Campbell is a character in it, small part.
Is he?
Yeah. He has a part in it. But I heard like the Necronomicon's in it, like the bad guys look like Deadites,
Jesus.
and people really didn't like it. And I'm like, that means I probably would.
Yeah.
It's like me and Chill. Whenever Chill likes a horror movie, I hate it.
Yeah.
Like I was so disappointed because like I was really looking forward to Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, did you see it?
No, but I probably won't.
So bad. You won't see it?
I probably
it's
won't.
So
I think
bad.
my hatred for Winnie
bad.
the Pooh, Blood and Honey has made my has just ruined my my taste for bear movies.
I'm gonna start sending you pictures of bears. Like anytime I see like a bear figurine, I'm gonna send it to you. That's what I do with Dar.
Oh yeah.
Because Darliar and I first met in Hurl's stream, and that's when I first started playing Lost Alone.
Yeah.
And there's a part in Lost Alone where you go into the parents' room and there's pictures of elephants everywhere. And then you read a note that is explaining how the mom was sick and killed her and the dad and stuff. And then it just said, I don't want there to be an elephant in this room anymore. Right? And then you stop reading the note and you hear, Rah! You're like, what the fuck? You turn around and there's an elephant in the room. A giant fucking elephant.
That's so weird.
So I screamed, right? Because as I do.
Yeah.
And then I got Dar to play the game, and she didn't see that part.
Yeah.
So I watched her play, and when that happened, when the elephant happened, she laughed so uncontrollably hard, and then said to me, she was like, while she was streaming, she goes, thank you for recommending this game.
That's great.
So it was really good. So actually Lost Alone has a new game that just came out called Lost Alone Ultimate. I played a little bit of it on Wednesday, and it's pretty much a reimagining.
Is that the game with the giant fly in it? I was gonna ask you about that.
We'll get there. We'll get there, Zach. So it's kind of like a remaster. There you go. A remaster of the 3 Lost Alone games in one.
Yeah.
So that giant fly wasn't in the original.
Okay.
So I have no idea what the fly that wants. What the fuck? What the fly?
What the fly?
I don't know what he wants, but he's so fucking cute. So now every time,
God damn it, Corn.
Talk about it. I know, I just like Corn. So every time I watch, every time I see something with elephants, I send pictures to Dar. Because it's just like, now it's like our thing. Nice. So when I played the remaster, I was like, I hope that the elephant scene is in there, and it was. So I was taking pictures like on my screen while I was streaming. I have a clip of it I put in Cantina with like the elephant. I'm like, oh my god, this is so fucking funny. This is so funny. I love those games, but as soon as I know what the fuck that fly wants, Marty McFly, I will let you know.
What's his name? Michael J. Fox. Just that's what the fly. That is who voices the fly.
Michael J. Fox. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm not sure. Can he talk?
I don't know.
Can you talk with Parkinson's?
What?
What? He has Parkinson's.
Oh, does he?
Disease. Yeah, where you like shake uncontrollably. I'm not sure if that affects your speech, but I think that it does, and I don't think that the fly. Yes,
Thank
you can. Okay. I think that maybe the fly shouldn't have his voice.
You said that sentence so quickly. I was like, "What? Did you just say any words?" Like
you were like, "That was my favorite thing."
What?
that's a clip. What?
I'm gonna clip that later.
I want to. Please clip that because I'm gonna make your "what" into a soundbite. 1000%. Please clip it so I can what that soundbite.
I will. I'll make it a soundbite for you.
95% positive you can talk. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
I didn't know if you talked with like a shake. You know. You know what I mean? I guess that's a stutter, a shake. A groove, a jig.
Can you talk while you're dancing? Like
I can't because I'm panting too hard. I love dancing.
Yeah.
I love dancing so much.
I can't dance, but Fair enough.
Oh, I can't either. Look how white I am. There's no way I can hold a tune.
I mean,
there's no way I can groove.
The best thing I can do is
head
headbang, and I do that moderately okay, and everyone's just like, "Oh, you do great at that." And I'm just like, "All right."
That's the good thing about like having long hair is that you can just headbang really well.
Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite emote is your headbanging emote.
Yeah. I've had people like subscribe to me just for this emote.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. Absolutely. I actually, funny enough, I had one person say they were like, I'm subscribing because I want these emotes.
Nice.
Just like the more disgusting I look, the better.
I still have the face that you sent me last night as my wallpaper.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, the worm, yes.
Yeah.
I took a picture. I had my while we were watching the movie, I had my phone down here, and I was like, and I took a picture.
And she sent it to me.
That's what Katie and I like do all the time. Mm-hmm. We just try to make like the most disgusting faces. And her husband gets so upset. He's just like, why? You're just like, take a nice picture. And we're just like, like I can't take a nice picture. Nor.
One of my favorite things. I still have the clip, but it was when we had Chill and Corn on when we were starting, when you were like, Nor, because he could see you, because you were just like joking around, like obviously like joking around like about talking shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. You were just like, Nor. Yeah. I still want that as like a soundbite.
Well, my husband never comes into my streams ever.
Okay.
Once in a while, if you see Jor676, he's there. He's a moderator, and he comes into my stream that like last week, the week before, and he's talking to people. He's talking to Ducky about wrestling, you know, being fine. And then this motherfucker says in chat, he goes, "At first, I didn't understand why Allie kept yelling Nor. And then she told me that she was making fun of Australians." And I'm like, why? Why did you say that? Fucking loud. I'm like, get out. Ban him. How do I ban a mod?
How do you ban a mod? You unmod them. Like...
Why are you making fun of Australia? No, it's a very innocent. It's because, you know, when they say things like so, it's kind of like so, like it has this like L kind of thing to it. So when they say no, it sounds like they're saying nor. So and nor is just a funny fucking word. Oh, you know, okay, like, pineapple. Okay. Nor is just a funny word to say.
Like,
yeah. Be like nor.
Especially
nor.
When like Platt says it. When Platt says nor, it's the funniest thing.
He'll be like the hormies. Like he says like I'm so good to be horm. Like I absolutely love it. Actually, Platt and I are having a stream soon. I will be streaming. So I did that charity event all of April, and I got to $400 incentives.
Yeah.
So that is Boomen on edibles.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get a team together. So we're gonna be doing it, I believe, May 13th. And we're going to be playing Boomin while he's gonna drink. Probably get a smoke on edible do stuff, and play extreme mode Boomin. So that's gonna be
great.
That's gonna be really, really fun because it's just gonna be me and him laughing and dying.
Yeah.
Like you, me, and him in the same room.
Dude, we gotta get that going. Like that.
We have to.
The one time that me and Platt got each other going, you were out of the room. You literally said BRB, so and then Platt made me laugh so hard.
I think funny. I came back to it. Did I come back and you guys?
No,
were dying?
You came back and we had just finished laughing together.
I'm so upset.
It's a video in the cantina.
That I missed that. Oh my god, I need to see it. That's so amazing. I love it. I love all of our laughs. They're all so different.
Yeah.
But if you can't laugh, then like you got nothing, man.
Yeah.
You have to laugh. Like, don't make life too serious. Just just fucking laugh, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's my motto, because I can't stop laughing. So.
Katie and I are actually after we head out here, I'm going to her house.
Yeah.
And she's doing her 1-year anniversary stream. and we're gonna attempt to do an IRL stream.
Yeah.
Which should be funny. It's pretty much just gonna be her and me like laughing and farting the whole time. So really, really
Sounds
excited.
about right.
Sounds about right. She has this she likes sour beers.
Sure.
And so she was like, and there's this sour beer that she calls it like cummy, and she's just like, "How cummy do you like your beer?" And I'm like, "Squeeze me." It's just like a mouthfeel. It's very like smooth.
Oh, I get it.
But
don't need to explain it to me. Like, I'm good.
don't fuck with the chuck.
That's what I wish that's what they said. I wish that's what I said to my friends in high school.
Don't fuck with the chuck.
Yeah.
You can listen. There's still time. If someone goes, "Hey, Chucky," just be like,
I don't have friends from high school anymore. The fuck? I don't like most of the people I used to hang out with in high school. So.
Oh, brother. Let me tell you something, dude, about high school, brother. And that is that I was not liked because I went to dox myself a little bit. I don't live there anymore. I went to West Hampton Beach High School on Long Island, which is like ritzy, right? Not rich, just like everyone's like blonde and perfect and beach, you know, like whatever. Sure. And I was a fucking huge monster in high school. I was so fat. I called myself a gothopotamus because I was super gothy. And I look like the Crow. Like, I just look like the fucking crow, like a fat crow. Like, I'm a crow. I just look like a fat crow. So like nobody liked me, and I had like only a couple friends in high school. And now, can I tell you what really makes me feel good is that all those like hot people in high school, they're all not hot anymore.
Yeah.
They started hot, right?
They peaked
and
in
now
high school.
And now they're not.
Yeah.
So now I started ugly, and now it's my time for peaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone's now fatter than me. Everyone's now uglier than me. Everyone has children and boring lives, and I'm just like, I'm living my best life. I'm streaming video games on Twitch. I'm doing this awesome podcast. I got great friends. I'm about to go fucking drink some cummy fucking beer. Like, I am living the life. You know? Like,
not everyone can be an angel, Allie. My goodness.
No, not like Calabasas pineapple. Calabasas is like rich. West Hampton still, I'm not rich. West Hampton, you go to West Hampton Beach High School from different towns, different districts. Go there. So you had a mix. You definitely had a mix of poor and rich. And let me tell you something. There was a girl, and her name. Her name was Allie Harding, ING.
Gotcha.
Which is very similar to my last name. So they would say on the announcements, like, Allie Hardy, please come to the principal's office. And we'd always look at each other and we'd be like, your turn? Do you want to go? Because we would never know.
Yeah.
And that girl was so beautiful. And I was so ogre-like. And I hated everything about it because they would always sit me next to her, graduation, chorus. I'm just like, don't put me next to this hot bitch. Like, please don't put me next to her with the same name. Fuck that.
Fair.
Fuck high school.
Yeah.
Also, fuck college. Don't go to college, people. College is dumb. Don't go.
I'm really glad I only went to community college.
Yeah, go to a trade school. Yeah. Honestly, learn a trade. That's I for sure. Like, learn a trade. And a lot of times in high school, they'll offer like your senior or junior and senior year to go to a trade school instead of doing like music, art, like those recreational activities. And I fully recommend doing it because it's already paid for by the school. I did that in 12th grade.
Nice.
I did that. I went to BOCES Tech, and I took a photography class. So half the day I would do BOCES Tech and I would do photography. And then half the day I would go back to my normal high school and do like, the math, science, history, English. But it was fun. It was a hell of a lot of fun. I made really good friends. My photographer at my wedding was actually a student there, and nice. we're still friends to this day. He streams, really nice guy. So I absolutely recommend it. They even have things like they had like a cosmetology program. So if you wanted to be like a hairdresser, right? Cosmetology still is expensive. It's 10 grand plus.
Yeah.
But if you went 11th and 12th grade, it's free. And then you get out, you take your test, and you go work.
Yeah.
You can go and have a job. And like that's so much better than spending $1,000 a credit at a college, for 4+ years. That when you get out, it means nothing.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that is like under 18 listening here, if your parents tell you that all you need to do is go to college and you'll find a good job, it's all lies. It's because in their generation, that's what you could do for sure. Now you can't. Now everybody has a degree. No one's special. You have to know it's more about who you know than what you know, unfortunately. But that's just me in high school. You loved college. Well, Corn took a cool. Corn, are you smart? I'm dumb as shit.
Yeah, you.
Like I said, my GPA was a 2.8 when I graduated.
My GPA was like a 3.8, I think.
God damn you guys.
No, it's literally only because all my music classes, that's the only thing I was good at. I got all A's for only my music classes.
I love taking music classes at community college. I took guitar lessons for 8 years. I started when I was in 7th grade, and I ended a couple of years into community college. So there was this one class I took. It wasn't music theory. It wasn't music theory, but it was another music class. And the guy brought in a guitar one day, and he had like a Taylor Swift song up with like chords. And he was like, "Oh, does anyone wanna try out this song or whatever?" And me and one other guy like raised our hand. There was one guy in the class who was like, me all the time. Like the teacher's pet, like me, I can do it, sir.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then he's like, "Oh, let her do it." And so I'm like, so I got to go in front of the class, and I'm like, because I knew how to play guitar, and I was like, it's like the one time like I felt cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I went to college for like music mixing and mastering. So
neat.
So that's how I make all like my sound alerts, like cuz I have an actual thing to like where I can take like a video and turn it into a sound, and then I can like edit it down.
Do you work in the music field too?
I'm trying to.
Yeah. It's I bet you that it's really hard. It's
been really hard the last year trying to find a job, but
yeah. What would be your dream job? Like what kind of job would you love to, even if it's an entry level position right now, what would make you happy?
Like I know a lot of my favorite bands. So a lot of my favorite bands are like smaller bands who play like smaller venues, who like don't have like enough money to have like a roadie or whatever. So like I would love to be like one of my favorite bands like roadies for like right now. Like that would be cool. To like go like around with them to like local shows, like make connections like that.
Oh shit, you definitely, have you reached out to any of them?
Yeah, I've talked to a few of them, but they just don't, like, their touring schedule isn't like set in stone at the moment, so they don't really like know.
Gotcha.
And it's really hard to tell sometimes.
That's really cool though.
Yeah.
And you how many instruments do you play?
Technically 3. I attempt to sing.
I play. Singing's the instrument.
Yeah, your vocal cords are your own instrument, so. But I play bass and guitar.
Bass and guitar. I really like the bass. I feel like if I can rewind, I would probably go back and take some bass lessons. I have a beautiful bass. I have a beautiful Schecter bass.
I have a Schecter bass.
Do you really show me?
This is the Schecter bass I named after you.
Love it. Oh my god. I gotta let me find mine and I'll take a picture of it because mine looks a bit similar. Oh, nice.
There's a
I absolutely love
Stiletto
Schecter.
Extreme.
Ah, fuck yeah.
In
I
Cherry
love
Red
it.
Burst, I believe.
Ooh, Cherry Red Burst.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
But I really like the bass, and I feel like I like guitar. I like guitar. I'm glad that I learned it. But I'm like, oh man, I really would love to like have more time to go back and like learn how to do the bass. I mean, we have all the time in the world, right?
Yeah.
Just can't do it in my apartment building because I live on the top floor, and the old people downstairs are like, rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More noise complaints. That's all I need.
Yeah. So I played guitar with a pick, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to learn the bass with a pick. And then after I started playing bass with my fingers, like I enjoyed playing bass way more because yeah, cuz like I can play like kind of fast with my fingers. So like yeah, like I can do like this shit.
I like when they do like the thumb.
Yeah, like the
slap.
Yeah.
The thumb slap.
But like
I love that.
So like it's really nice when like you feel like an instrument is like, it's weird to say this, but it's like it feels like an extension of you. So like when you like feel an instrument, so like Slash, like Guns N' Roses, like his guitar is like an extension of him. Like Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, his bass like is pretty much attached to him. Like
when the Red Hot Chili Peppers tour, does he still play naked?
Probably not as much anymore, hopefully.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Right?
Because they did that show in like 2000 where they played a festival and they were naked. I think.
Yeah, now I feel like that's a big offense. Like, how dare you? How dare you play with your ding dong out?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at first, like, they all play like their instruments like down low, so they're covering it up mostly, except for like the lead singer, obviously. But like.
Yeah, I keep your clothes on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really about that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little like, why? Like for the shock factor, like, all right, well, maybe not. Your music is very good.
Yeah.
Like Red Hot Chili Peppers, like your music's very good. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
A really proud moment. Maybe you could relate because you probably know the song. So the song Snow is really difficult to play on guitar, and when I got it, when I mastered it, I was so happy because getting to do that, it's like so fun. Like once you get it, that was like the awesome thing about like learning guitar and like honing in on your craft is that like how I learned was I went once a week to lessons and I would give him a song. So I'll give him Snow and be like, this is what I want to learn how to play. And he'll listen to a second of it and he'll be like, okay, it's in like drop E, B tuning or whatever, or normal tuning. Then he'll tune the guitar and then he'll listen to a little bit of it and he'll write down like the chords. So he'll do like, and then write that down. He'll be like, okay, so here we go. And then that's how I learned to play, is by learning songs, which I think that is the best way to learn. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. I should be learning theory.
Yeah.
I should be learning that, you know what I mean? But truly learning like the songs.
Yeah.
And getting to do that is the best.
I took a year of music theory in high school, and one of my classes in college was a music theory class. And I'm thankful for those because I learned like the bare basics of like how to make a chord, like where like everything is on like a guitar or whatever. And that really helped me. But like after that, it's just like, what's the point? You know, just learn some songs. You know.
Yeah.
And then you can make your own at some point. You know.
How often do you play now?
My bass or my guitar or just in general?
Just you play music. Do you play every day? You practice?
I try to play at least one song all the way through, at least once a day.
Nice.
Yeah.
And keep going with that.
Whether it's on my guitar or my bass or I sing, you know.
Mm-hmm. I love singing.
Yeah.
It's probably
playing an
my
instrument and
favorite
singing
instrument.
at the same time is such a gratifying experience, in my opinion. I've been trying to do that.
But do you ever like watch yourself back and cringe?
I don't record it or anything.
So, for a very short while, when I was in high school, I had a band, and at one point we didn't have a singer, so I took that role. But I was already playing guitar, and like for me, like I'm definitely not tone deaf. I'm not tone deaf. I'm not tone deaf. But like I don't have like the greatest voice. But like playing guitar and playing guitar and singing at the same time is really, for me, very difficult.
Yeah.
And we got into this battle of the bands, like this huge battle of the bands with like 10 other bands, and I had to sing, and so we opened up with the Hell Song by Sum 41. And then this is so embarrassing. The second song we did was Don't Trust Me by 303. And then we closed with a really badass version of Brain Stew.
Yeah.
But I watched that recording back because it was on TV. And I remember in Brain Stew, the line was like, fucked up and strung out in my room. And I was like, fucked up and strung out of my room. And I'm like, no! Like my voice cracked. I'm like, no. So fucking bad.
Yeah, I do that. My voice cracks sometimes when I sing, but
can't help it.
Yeah, I took 9 years of chorus, and that didn't do shit for me.
I did I did chamber choir when I was in high school. Yeah, but you had to try out for a chamber choir.
Yeah.
And that was so the tryout was in front of everyone in chorus, and then they made me sing Swing Low Sweet Chariot. And then so we did Sing Low Sweet Chariot, and then I had to sight read, so like do re mi, like that kind of like, so we did that, but it was in front of it was just so mortifying. I got in though. It was fun.
Yeah.
That's what we were making fun of the other day when we sang like a song about the military. Of course, fucking Long Island, right? We sang a song about the military, and the Coast Guard got really pissed off. It was like, "Where's our song?" And I remember we had to sing a song, and it was like, "Coast Guard, we're all for you." And I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
Yeah.
You are a bean, Max.
Bless.
Bless beans.
I've been saying that a lot more since I've been talking to you.
Bless. It's just such a. Bless. It's such like. It's short and to the point. It
just says so much without saying so much, you know.
Absolutely, like Max, you look great today. Bless.
Bless.
You know, like, it's so good.
Because it's just like, I don't take compliments very well, even though I can dish them out like it's no one's business. So when someone gives me a compliment, I'm just like, have I ever told you... Wait, before I continue. Have I ever told you about the story about the one time I got to talk to my crush in high school?
No, tell me.
So I'm in high school, right? And my crush is talking to me in the hallway, and she's like, "Hey Max," she says something like she said something like, "Your hair looks really nice today," and I'd like just started growing it out, so like I was like really self-conscious about it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this pretty girl just said she liked my hair. What's the first thing I say to her?" I go, "Happy birthday," and I walk away. I walked away like
Was it her?
No. I said happy birthday and walked away, and like I get around the corner. I get around the corner, And I'm just like, fucking dumbass. Why the fuck would you say that?
I'm Max. You are precious. I wish we knew each other in high school. You are a baby angel, and also I'm stealing that. If someone's ever just like, you look nice, like all the fucking simps on chat, when they're like, you look nice, I'm gonna be like, happy birthday. I can't wait. Please, somebody flirt with me weird so I can say happy birthday. That's incredible. I love it. I love it so much. Happy birthday. I don't think I said that to anybody, but I'm never not going to say that now. That is, oh my god. Allie, you are a goddess. Happy birthday, Pineapple.
It's just because, like, so I still get really nervous when talking to, like, you know, girls I have feelings for, but, like, especially in, like, high school, like, I was, like, you know, I was, you know, like, just awkward teenage guy, like, very similar to how I am now, except, like, I didn't talk that much, like, and the girl that I had liked, like, is, like, you know, Miss Popular, like, goes around, like, she was cool and all, like, we were, like, friends and all, but, like, I don't know. She like understood later. Like I told her later like why I said that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I completely get it. Like, you're all good." And I was just
adorable.
like, I just yeah.
That is so cute. Happy birthday. Oh my god.
And it was really funny because literally after that, I like the next month it was like our like 8th grade prom or whatever, or like it was like our prom or whatever, and I was like, hey, you want to go to the prom? And she was like, absolutely, I want to go to the prom with you. And I was just like, cool. And I like walked away, and I'm like like I'm like a fucking tomato. Like I'm walking out to like the bus stop, like I'm like sweating, like laughing to myself.
Did you go to prom with her?
Yeah.
Oh my god! So the girl that you said happy birthday to ended up being your prom date.
Yeah.
This is the best love story I have ever heard in my life. I need somebody call Nicholas Sparks right now. He needs to make this movie. It's just going to be called Happy Birthday. It's going to be the story of Max. Oh, yeah. You precious fucking angel. Oh my god, I love it so much. Fuck. Max, it's almost my time to go.
Oh, that's the last story of the
Could we end on that fucking best fucking moment like ever? No one ever asked me to prom. So really? I didn't go. Yeah, no.
See, nobody, the funny thing was, like, I wasn't even gonna go, but then I was just like, for some reason, just, like, my anxiety was just like, if I don't go, then what am I gonna be doing that night? And I was like, I don't know, probably playing video games, enjoying my life or whatever. And I was just like, and I made a deal to myself. I was like, if the girl I ask says yes to the date, I'll go. And then I went because she said yes, and I was just like, well, 1, this is the best moment of your life. 2, this is gonna be the worst day of your life because you have to go to this like dance with a bunch of people that you know you don't necessarily want to be around, but you want to be around her. So, and then we.
Did you guys like dating? Did you guys ever end up dating or anything? Just stayed good friends.
We just stayed good friends.
Nice,
but
nice.
we did.
I love that.
Just the cherry on top of this amazing Sunday. Apparently, we ended up causing a slow dance at the prom, because me and her were like, so there was like a circle, like, and there's like songs being played. I forget what song was being played, but me and her were just like casually there, like dancing together, just like having a good time, chatting. The DJ like looks over at us, like sees us, and is just like, those two are having a good time. Let's join them, and like ushers us over there to start it. And they're like, everyone's like looking out.
Circling
I'm
around
like
while you're
bright red again.
Dance.
Yeah.
Oh my! Oh, I would have been the shade of your sweatshirt. 1,000. When I get bashful, I get
literally,
bashful.
this is what I was like.
Yeah, you and me suffer from blush face.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes face.
Oh yeah, that's that movie is about us.
Yeah.
We are the tomatoes.
Yeah.
I love that, Max. You're so cute. Thank you for telling me that story.
Yeah, no
That's
problem.
a really nice story. That's a really sweet story.
Yeah. Imagine being wholesome. The fuck.
Wholesome. Who is that? Who is that, Max?
Yeah. Imagine.
No, Max, you are wholesome.
I try to be.
You are. I try to be too, but I come off as just like, stupid.
It's not true. You're great.
Bless. Happy birthday.
God damn it! I knew it.
I love it so, Max. I love it so, Max. I love it so,
Love
Max.
it so, Max.
Thank you so much, Max, for another awesome,
Yes.
fun episode.
Absolutely.
That was
Thank you
a
for
lot of fun.
this.
I'm going to be thinking about this all night, and I love getting together once or twice a month and shooting the shit with you, talking about horror movies, and ending with fucking prom. Like, what? This is exactly
thunk
us
it? Like,
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
who would have thunk it? Like, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head over to probably Nervous House,
Most likely Katie.
most likely Katie, and go drink some
Do
cummy
you
beer.
have a raid suggestion?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Give me 1 second. Just looking,
your
and I would
time.
absolutely love to give you a raid suggestion, unless your friend Melly is on.
Yeah, I might raid Melly.
She's doing coffee talk. Why don't we raid Melly?
Yeah, let's raid Melly.
Let's do that.
All right.
Excellent.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. We'll see you next month.
Yes.
We'll
Actually,
plan our
I
next
need to
date.
talk to you about that.
Yes, and if you're not a part of Max's Discord, go ahead and join that if you'd
Join
like.
that bottom link instead.
Join that bot or join the Cantina. Either way, he will post when we have our podcast episode, so you'll never have to know when it is.
Yeah.
Tell you.
You can follow me on all my socials, and I believe this VOD will go up either 8 p.m. tonight or sometime tomorrow morning.
And if you don't know,
yeah.
I'm gonna give my. Can I see? Can I do this? Yeah.
And go follow Allie, by the way.
I was gonna say, if you guys want to follow me and watch some bad gameplay,
Best gameplay.
there's that.
This is the raid message, and we will be raiding my friend Melly.
She's doing coffee talk.
Yes, she is. She's unveiling her new VTuber model today.
Ooh, so cool.
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking go.
thank you everyone for another great podcast. I love doing these with you,
Same.
with everyone. Like
Mhm.
I always have
It's
the
so
best
fun.
time.
It's my favorite Saturdays.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, Alley down the street.
Follow-
Carry corn.
All right. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Nope. That's the
That's the one, brother.